What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Good evening. Great to see you. Now, I know for most of my viewers here, you guys are used to when I start a show, I jump in, I take like the first 10 to 15 minutes just to do the greeting, greet all the channel members and all that, do the whole little spiel and all that. However, today we are simulcasting on not only DLD After Dark, but also with Black Diamond Guns and Gear with your boy Josh. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and bring on your boy Josh with Black Diamond Guns and Gear and Fattac as well. A lot of you are also probably like, "Yo, Dark, why are you not at SHOT Show?" We'll get to that. Hang tight and let's jump into it. Josh, brother,
Yo,
welcome.
what's up? What's up?
Good to see you, man.
Yeah,
C-Man says I'll be out there Thursday. I won't. I won't. I know my people are going to give me
I
some
won't.
crap for it. I won't. I wish you all the best, C-Man, in your travels. I know a lot of people are putting a lot of time, energy, and money to get out there. I made the decision
I wish I
last.
was.
Yeah, and Josh and I talked about this. Let's, you know, for your viewers and also for everyone in here, take it away for a moment. Introduce yourself. Let everyone know who you are, what you do, where
Oh
they can find you, and all that.
man, we haven't done a video on Black Diamond Guns and Gear in a while, so this is a live stream because I felt like for the people that don't know, that's on my channel. I've done a lot of stuff over on Rumble. All my long form content is over on Rumble. I do put shorts and stuff still over here, but Rumble is where I'm mainly at right now, and it's just because YouTube is just they just squash you so much.
Yay!
Yeah, man, they squash you so much. Like last time we did a live show over on Rumble a couple of weeks ago, like not last week, but week
Mhm.
before, and it's got over 30,000 views on it, and it's just because
Yeah.
Rumble is great, and YouTube
Yep.
is just not the best right now, especially to
Well,
people with gun content. So
yeah. It appears to me that people on Rumble, the viewers on Rumble, are like desperate for gun content over
yeah,
there, and they're seeking it out. Whereas here, it's all over the place. Once the algorithm knows that you're a gun guy, it's
yeah.
constant gun stuff.
If
Just
you say anything about God and guns, they just squash you 100%.
Oh yeah, for sure. I noticed right away when if somebody were to start talking about firearms, you'll get throttled a little bit.
Yeah,
But if you start to say things like, "I believe that Jesus Christ is my savior and that he died and rose again,
yeah,
and therefore, as a ransom, saved me from, my sins," they're gonna throttle you a lot more,
yeah.
and in my opinion, my channel is a great, example of that too. So both of us talk about guns and God and preparation and abstaining from, typical government overreach and things like that, or believing in limited government, which they don't like that at all.
Yep, not at all.
Yeah,
So I didn't go to SHOT Show either. Obviously, we were planning on it. We had Josh from Fattac, the owner of Fattac. He was he's out there right now. Actually, he did go to SHOT Show, and
yeah,
which is really cool because like if I have anybody I want to talk to or make a little short of or whatever, I'm just like, hey, go talk to these guys. And so he goes and does it. But he's going
yeah,
there so that he can find more things to actually sell on Fattac. So that's
yeah.
pretty cool. The fact that we got somebody out there who can help us out in that area.
That
But
is
yeah,
cool. That's Flying Rich is kinda doing the same thing. He's,
there you go.
he's spending a lot more time around the knife booths, this time.
Oh, I bet.
Honoring Intimates, thank you, says, "If you were of the world would love its own. But because you are not of the world, but I chose you out of the world, because of this the world hates you." John
Yep.
15:19. Dang.
Absolutely true.
You have to manually follow and check on channels DLD After Dark. Otherwise, you'll get caught in the shadows for sure. This is also one of the other reasons why we have um, a schedule right now. Obviously, this evening we started later than usual, but
I know.
usually Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 10 p.m. Eastern ish. You'll be able to find me. Just look out for me. It's like sometimes like I follow 2A EDU and some of these other guys where you're like, okay, I know Friday around 9:30, 9:50 ish. I know they're going to be going live, so I keep a lookout. It says it's streaming.
I don't know. I don't see
You
it.
don't see it? You don't see it? All right, let me take a look, guys. Give us 1 second. We're gonna check. Um,
But if you if you want to go, man, like I said, I've been putting shorts and stuff over here. Rumble is by far my place to be right now. So, like I said, Rumble over Black Diamond Guns and Gear over in Rumble is where I'm going to put all long form content. If I'm doing gun reviews and all that stuff, it's all going to be over there. I'm tired of messing with YouTube, man. And honestly, we should be tired of giving our money and our attention to an organization that just hates us. Honestly. Okay, cool.
yep, it's up
We
there.
should absolutely just not want to fuel
Yep.
that fire. You know what I'm saying? We should totally give it to people that um, want to sustain our what we're doing. You know?
Yep, I totally agree. It's similar to like we've talked about this before, where there was a time where I just got pissed off and was like, you know what, I'm canceling everything. I'm canceling, Amazon, Netflix, and
Yeah.
HBO this and Disney this and all. And I literally went through. It was right when the pandemic hit. It's just like why am I going to further enrich the people that hate us, right?
Yep.
That hate me,
Exactly.
that hate you. And now obviously my $25 a month here, my $30 a month here, like it's not a huge hit, right? But if all of us, if all, like you said, 40,000 people saw that stream that you and I did,
Yeah.
and like 1,200 saw mine. Like that's so crazy to see the difference, right? But like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, at all. Like, I mean, think about it. I mean, over a period of time, like that's a lot of people.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, even if 1% were to disengage from those, companies and things that hate them, the only two things that I did not stop were obviously YouTube, because I see that as it is an outlet that you can pull people, you know, out of the world of the crazy consumerism, convenience, and
Yeah.
antichrist, and pull them into a different way to live. And um, yeah, I mean, I'm conflicted about YouTube, but um, I am gonna start doing more on Bumble with an R as well. But yeah,
I forgot
so
you can't say it over here.
I mean, you can. It's just they're gonna do what
You
they
think that
do
they throttle it just because you say it? You think?
for sure,
Really?
100%. Yeah, that has
I don't
been
know.
said.
I've done shorts where I say like, "Hey, this is where all my what's up, T and Tactical." I always say like, "Hey, this is where I do all my stuff at," and I have it on the screen where it says Rumble is where I'm at, and
Yeah.
I've gotten 30,000 views on a short.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how much control they have over that, or if it just says it on the screen, they probably don't go as crazy, but the audio, the AI reviews audio, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, it can also break down, video and stuff too, but we'll see. For everyone else in here, great to see you. For all the channel members, man, I appreciate you all so much. We got Johnny Barr, Stifler Manufacturing, great to see you. Mark Legon, Fluffy Bunny Arsenal, Agorizer, Lightning McQueen, all you guys, man, thank you so much for joining. I'm sure I probably missed some other channel members. Johnny Barr,
Go
let
ahead
me.
and take time and talk to them if you want. I mean, same out, you
Okay.
know.
Yeah, I'll go through just real quick. Nelson Coins, brother, great to see you as well. Joe Vacu, my guy, great to see you. Johnny Ba, let's see. Blue Curtain Burner, brother, great to see you as well. And I'll explain kind of what's going on. C-Man, brother, yeah, I'm sorry, I won't be able to meet you. And there's a bunch of people. There's professional meetings that I intended to have out there that I won't be able to. But look, I pushed a bunch of stuff off to the last minute for Shot Show. The intention was to go. I had finally a place set up for my dog to go for Tuesday to Friday night, and then I was going to get the plane tickets, and then the plane tickets were like $421 on, it was like $1,200 on Tuesday and $421 on Wednesday. So I was like, well, clearly, I'd be a fool to go out there Tuesday. So I was like, let me just go out there Wednesday. And then, like 45 minutes later, it was like $568. And I was like, bro, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So I was like, what if I look at Thursday and I'm like, man, I'm not going to spend $2,000 to go out there for Thursday and Friday, or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
So mine was all family wise. Like I know you had
mm,
stuff, and man, honestly, like my wife's super pregnant, and I didn't want to leave her.
yeah, the dude, 100%. That's more important than anything else you ever could have seen or done at SHOT Show
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And the way I thought about it was the moment that I go, like I stay here, nothing's gonna happen. The moment I go, something's gonna happen. So
Yeah, dude, you gotta err on the side of caution there. The other thing too is that, man, I'm like a week behind. For a lot of you guys that are here, from the giveaway for Christmas, I still haven't even been able to send out the stuff from the Christmas giveaway that we did like around. It was like right before New Year's, or was it a New Year's giveaway? Where Crump was like, "I'm giving away my spare tire, my used wrenches in the garage, and all this stuff." So. He was giving away like everything on his desk. Dude, I still haven't been able to send that stuff out, so guys, forgive me. I also found 3 orders that I guess I had another printer malfunction. I'm like, dude, I have no idea how this is happening, that didn't go out. So, but thank you for the folks that reach out to me and let me know. So I got to get caught up on DLD hardware orders, on Definition Knives orders. For those of you that don't know, I own DLD hardware, which is a company that has jigs, gun parts and stuff like that. Mostly geared towards polymer 80 stuff. And that's also where all my merch is and all that stuff. And then also, we own a company, Definition Knives, for those of you that may know. And I still got to get Tech's knife out too. This is literally Tech Money's knife right here, sitting here, all cleaned up, ready to go with the DK blade. You know what? You know what's crazy? Some of these, if you look really, really closely, some of these have the cross
huh.
right under there. It's hard to see. It's like tiny, tiny, tiny underneath. Some of these have the cross, which is really cool. Dude,
Where's
oh
it?
man.
Where's it at?
We 86'd it because it kind of looked like his dingaling. But there was a cross under the K, and some of them I've seen the cross on some of them. I don't know if they used a
And
logo.
my eyes are so bad I
Well, I'll say this.
can't even see it that far away or that close. I got that close up, I guess is what I'm saying.
For those of you out there that have been tracking, we got samples in for launch too, and I definitely wouldn't like show them live, on camera, because for Definition Knives launch 2, that's going to be a huge deal. So, are you guys familiar with a reverse flick, where you reverse flick a knife open,
Hmm,
where there's carbon fiber fused to G10 and then machined out to
nice.
create a really, really dope grip texture? Something like that with like a harpoon blade, like, man, that would be so fire. But
Yeah,
you
that'd
know
be
what
awesome.
would be dope is not only doing it like an FDE, but also if someone were to do it in OD green, dude, that would be so dope. You will not find these at definitionknives.com, but I will tell you that you might be finding them. We're changing some things on this. It's only going to be improved. It's not going to be changed too much. But for those of you that have been waiting on that Red Dawn special with the wood
Oh,
grain, yeah, the wood grain G10 with the black blade, and I may even have a Fattac blade in here. We got a whole bunch of stuff coming up. So yeah, that prototype sport brand, bro, dude, sport brand. You sent me a bunch of text messages on, not a bunch, like he sent a few messages, and I totally forgot to get back to you until I just saw your name. I was with my daughter all weekend. My bad. Let's get into it. So, Shots Show 2025. Drewski, brother, great to see you. Sandwich Chef, great to see you. Um, I do have regrets for not going.
yeah, I think
But
everybody does, man. I mean, it's not so to me, it's like, yes, the biggest thing for me back in the day, I didn't mean to cut you off. Back in the day,
You're
when
good.
we first started this was basically to hang out with everybody. That was our whole goal. Like, and
Yeah.
now that we do this as I don't do it as a job, but
Mhm.
I'm doing marketing for Fattac and stuff like that. Like, they're a company, and so like
It's a business.
having to see him go for like business, not necessarily just to hang out. Back in the day, it was just to hang out, period. And now it's something completely different. So it's
Yeah.
definitely regrets in that aspect because, uh, but man, once honestly, when we used to go to NRA and stuff like that, now screw the NRA. But basically, when we used to go to NRA annual meeting, like it was it was so long. Like after the second day, you're like, I don't even need to go back. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and Shot Show's like 10 times bigger than that. I've never been to Shot Show, so I always just wanted to
It's
go for
crazy.
the experience to go one time to see it. And I think after I'd seen it once, I'd be out. I'd be like, all right, I don't have to go back.
The first time I went to SHOT, which, man, I guess it would have had to have been, like, somewhere 2016 or something like that. I don't even remember right offhand, but, somewhere around 2016, maybe 17, 18, I don't know. Um, before I was doing all of this, that the first time I went was when I finally realized, like, once you see just the size of the industry,
Yeah.
it really hit me like, man, there is opportunity for me in this world. I just have
Yeah.
to create it somehow.
Apply
Be
yourself and have
Yeah.
a plan moving
Mhm.
forward. Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, at that point, it's like I'm tired of working for other people and making other people wealthy and
Yeah.
helping other people achieve all of their dreams, where at the end, if I leave or quit, get fired, whatever, that's it.
Yeah.
That's not developing, something that's gonna make a positive impact on my family. So,
Yep.
Frag Out, brother, great to see you. Frag Out Design Studios. If you do not know about Frag Out, man, you got to check out his work. He is a literal artist, and the dude is just go to your favorite search engine of your choice and type in those three words, Frag Out Design Studios or Frag Out Firearms. And yo, my man is doing some crazy stuff, hand drawing, scrolling, and engraving artwork, and then uploading it to his laser. And then his laser draws it on firearms. It is incredible. Frag Out, after this stream, let's chat. I finally am considering grabbing that thing out of the vault from you. So
Hmm.
we'll talk after. But here we go. More beta prints, brother. Great to see you also, Chenamemba. Member for 42 months. He says 47. Salute. President number 47, I imagine. That's
Oh man, I was going to tell everybody. We have a code for Fat Tack right now. You can use. Let's see, what is it? If you sign up,
Jordan.
first of all, if you sign, go ahead. If you sign up for if you sign up for the alerts or whatever on Fat Tack, it'll actually send you codes like this every now and then. And it's let's see, what is the code? Where'd it go? Dang it, it sent it to me earlier. Um, okay. So the code is victory. If you get 20% off all standard holsters at Fat Tack, if you use the code victory at checkout, and that's due until I think the
Nice.
27th or something like that. So you get 20% off a standard holster if you use the code victory at Fat Tack. So
Nice.
we're gonna if you sign up for the list thing there, it's like the text information thing or whatever. They send you a bunch of different stuff all the time, discount codes and stuff like that. Man, I wish I can just take it out. Look at that.
There you
Hey,
go.
kind of the
Dude.
same thing, really, isn't it? Did you
Yeah.
get TLR1?
Yep. TLR. It's a 19 TLR1, and
Yeah,
obviously it can be used with the Goon Beam. And
yeah,
I carry my Gen 5 45s in here. Also carry my, I mean, anything. Throw in a
yeah.
Gen 3 19. I
Honestly,
had the Gen 3 34 was in here, dude. You could do so much with it because it's open ended.
yeah, it's cut out like that. Yeah, I think that's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, I'll run a lot of stuff in here because it has a light on it. I'll just
Yep.
usually
Yep.
they fit.
Jordan Vinro, brother, great to see you as well. Hope you and the Gideon Optics boys are doing awesome out there
Yeah,
at that show. Got
speaking
a
of getting,
cheese, brother. Great to see you as well.
got this the other day. That's pretty cool with them.
Nice. Is that the granite?
Yeah.
Dude, the granite is awesome. It's
Very.
a is that the direct MOS one?
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to take a MOS Glock of mine. One of them, I got a 19. I got this 45, and I think
Mhm.
I have a 26. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna have to take one of them and throw this on there because that's definitely one of the ones I want to play with. Probably my
Dude,
19, I guess.
it is awesome. It is a huge window. It is like having a big screen TV on your gun, but like it works. Like all of it
Mhm.
works. Red Dawn Readiness, brother, great to see you as well. If you guys don't subscribe to Red Dawn Readiness, great dude, really good guy. He knows his stuff, and he is also a good gun toting Christian man. So show him
You
some
can
love.
get Getting Optics at fattac.com,
That's also true.
or
Yes,
you can use your.
and yep, yep. And dude, the granite I mounted on one of the MOS guns, and I loved it. But because of the size of it and because of it fit beautifully on the Scorpion, so I was
Yeah,
like, "You know what? I'm gonna keep the Mediator on one of the Glocks," and, like,
dude,
almost all of these are Gen 5 MOS Glocks. There's some, like, Gen 3s and P80s and whatnot, but,
I can't
um,
remember what's the name of. Is it the Advocate? There's the one that is the cutout prism.
that's the 1X
That is the
Prism.
one I have on my home defense. Uh, during a blackout, dude, and it is by far my one of my favorite
It's great.
optics. Yeah,
That's literally that right there, and here, I'll
that window is
showcase
huge on that thing,
this.
dude.
This right here, that is the, Gideon Optics 1X, prismatic advocate, and if you look over here, you'll see something else on that raffle.
Golly,
Uh,
that's bright.
do you know what that is?
What?
That thing right there? That big red aluminum
Oh, that
thing?
lock thing,
That is the, stop box AR lock,
dude.
and,
Uh,
it's pretty fire.
this thing is huge.
Dude,
Can't see that dot, like,
it is, it
and
is.
I have astigmatism in both eyes, and that really doesn't starburst to me at
Yeah,
all.
it is super clean. I think
Super crisp dot.
yeah, yeah. I think it's the I don't know if it's the size of the dot, if it's the emitter or what, but I agree. It is super clean. It's like way more. This sounds crazy, but usually all my dots starburst, even my aim points, even my like at my Trijicon RMR, all of those starburst. But you're right. That one, the Gideon Optics Granite, is like an actual circle.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and most of them are like grainy starbursts too. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This one is not. This one's like super clear.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into it. FGM, great to see you. G23, great to see y'all. Appreciate you guys. Um, DLD After Dark, we're gonna have to give you crap, brother. We did get to meet Crump though. I know, I know. I dude, you
Oh,
could
by the way,
expect everyone to make videos about me not being a Chacho again.
yeah.
I'll just say that.
Crump should have won that 2A thing at the Gundies too.
Of course. But just like anything else, it's all political,
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
I mean it's completely 100% a whatchamacallit, a populated contest. Like Fat
Mm-hmm.
Tack was in there for merging brand of the year, which this is our very first year in business, right? And
Mm-hmm.
Shadow Systems won. And I'm like, dude, they've been around for like 6 years. Like, what the
What?
yeah, Shadow Systems won. Even Gideon should have won that because
What?
we were there, within the last 2 years, a year, 2 years. Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. Shadow Systems is old.
Yeah. We were there rooting for Gideon because they were in the top 5 and we weren't. And
Okay, so if you see certain individuals starting to rock Shadow Systems in their videos as their new EDCs and carry guns, you'll know why. Oof, man.
yeah.
Um, look, there's been a lot of stuff that's come out at SHOT Show 2025. A lot of stuff that I'm actually really interested in. Like I could literally see myself copping the Glock Aimpoint collab, the COA or the COA. Apparently, it is called the COA, and you're not allowed to say the COA. It's the
Why?
COA.
What's the difference?
I don't know. They're weird about it, I guess. James Reeves was like, "So tell
Is
me
there
about this COA
patent somewhere?
optic." No, they just say COA instead of COA. And I don't know why, like, I don't know. But they were very clear on the video that James Reeves did that it's not the COA, it's the COA. It's like, okay.
Alright, alright.
But that is, dude, and we can pull it up a little bit later, but man, it is a superior mounting system. You know, that's what at the time that made Shadow Systems, which is a much older company, so cool because they used a very, very unique mounting system that you could mount several different kind of footprints to that used a wedge and screws that went all the way down into the slide and didn't get in the way um, of the whatchamacallit, the extractor, plunger, and spring. So it was definitely a very creative thing, but it's also something that's proven. And for the price of the aim point and the Glock, it's gonna be at about $1,000, which, like, I don't know if you guys know, but aim points are usually like 600 or so. So it just makes sense. I think that's a really good. I think it's really good. Good cheese. All right, give me a sec. I'll check it. Um, I agree they are overpriced. We can talk about that too. Um, but yeah, no, at that point when Gen 5, when the MOS system came out, what Shadow Systems was doing was kind of irrelevant with optic mounting because Glock changed, the former issues. So, um,
Yep.
sorry, what were we saying? Were you gonna say something?
No, I'm just saying they've been out forever, and I don't understand how they won emerging brand of the year, but whatever.
I mean, the
Getting
only thing for sure, I totally agree. Getting Optics or Fattac, obviously I'm biased, but Getting
yeah, but
Optics or
out of all the well, Mischief Machine was in there. They're pretty cool.
DLD has a third hole AR on the wall. Absolutely not. If by third hole you mean the hole that you stick the safety selector into, yes, I do have that. I also would like to highlight the fact that I don't engage in illegal activities, and I certainly would never put them on YouTube if I did. Um, the COA for 1K is a heck of a deal. Glock and aim point for a grand done. So I think so a couple things. I think the package deal together is a smart thing. I think the other thing that they did was super smart. The aim point optic, the field of view size is the same as the P2 and the same exact optic. Sorry, that was hard to say for some reason. Not only fits on the standard Glock size, but the same optic fits on the slimline Glocks, the 43, 43X,
Oh, that's
48.
cool. I didn't know that.
That's yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. So we can
I got
kind
it.
of get into it, but yes, I agree. And it's going to be under 1,000 because full MSRP is like $1,012. So that's full MSRP. So and actually we can get into it right now if you'd like.
Yeah, I got her muted too. So, um,
Beautiful.
but yeah, it's I mean, it's a cool package. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, everybody likes aim point. Everybody, they're made in America,
Mhm.
aren't they?
Aimpoint, I believe so. Yeah, Aimpoint is actually in Northern Virginia, not too far away
Really?
from where I'm at. Yeah, and they so the way that this is mounted to the gun, I mean, that is like the closest thing you can get to a perma mount. You know, um, the the way that it's wedged into the front, and then the rear sight wedges into the back and then is literally screwed down. Like that thing it's on there. It's on there forever. So
Hmm.
I think it's going to be a
Now,
super
don't you just have
solid
the same
system.
kind of plates and have the same kind of plates with a regular system like that?
Want to say it again?
Like you can use like the mediator, for instance, on a plated system just like that, can't you?
Yeah, yeah. So like literally right behind me, I have a Gen 5 45 MOS and I have a Gideon Optics mediator mounted to it.
Yeah.
They actually have Gideon Optics has the MOS to Acro plate, and then you just mount the mediator on top.
Hmm. That's what
Hmm.
I'm saying. So, but like if you can do that, like what's the point of this is my point.
The quality difference, and I think even Jordan and the Gideon guys would say that There's definitely a quality difference between, Gideon and Aimpoint, and it's, in my
Oh, no,
opinion,
I just mean, like, as far as mounting it, like, what's the difference? I know that
it's structurally.
optic-wise, obviously, it's a little different, but
Yeah, I mean, just like, the structural integrity of that mounting system is gonna be way, way more rigid than the one screw of an acro mount, and I think
oh,
that's one of the reasons why they did this, because if you think of, like,
oh, I see, because it screws in the back twice.
yeah, so it screws in the back twice and it's wedged in the front. So,
Gotcha.
like, that thing is in there forever unless you choose to, remove it.
What about, what about,
Oh, and you only need
PSA's,
standard sights.
new thing?
Which one? They got a
PSA has
couple.
that new optic, that new pistol optic that mounts down on, stuff like that.
Oh, I didn't see that yet.
Mhm, I'll look it up.
Yeah, yeah, I'd love to see that. They also came out with the, what is it? The T28, the training rifle, the FAL.
Not PSA, sorry. It was, Primary Arms.
Oh, primary arms. Okay. Yeah.
The,
I
A
didn't see that one.
what's it called? Texas, it's like Texas something or HTX, that's what it is right there. This.
I have not seen this.
Yeah. So apparently the way it goes on there is like it screws down to, man, I wish they had a video showing how it goes on there. They do on other things, but I'll have to find one. Let me find a better one. There you go. This might show it. This is actually from their YouTube channel.
So it's a small enclosed dot.
Yep. So it's made in America in Houston, Texas. And this is like they're starting to manufacture their own stuff, basically, is what they're saying.
That's what's up.
I don't exactly know how it goes on there. I guess it goes from what was what I could see before, that it had two screws in the back of it, and that might have been what I was thinking about when we were talking about the no, maybe not. Oh, it has two screws in the front. That's what it is, and it mounts down
Oh,
to the
okay.
EMS system.
Okay, gotcha. Dude, did you see the what is it? The Trijicon,
I
was it
know
the
that they had
RMR
an
HD?
animation of these things somewhere because I've seen
Yeah,
it before.
I would love to see how they got it mounted on there. Dude, then I may be misremembering, but the um was it the Trijicon HD? Whatever it was, with the optic screws, they're completely covered and you literally have to stick in like an Allen key from the side and turn it. They have holes in the screws and you stick it into the side and turn it like a lever.
Mm,
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
dang it! I know
I'm
they
not
got one
looking at comments right now, but if I explain that incorrectly, then somebody
for
please
sure.
feel free to correct me.
I know it's out there somewhere. I've seen it, but I can't
Yeah,
find it right now.
I would love to see how it's connected.
What?
Uh, what ab- what about here? Go to the one that is that Mac right there, the short at the top left.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Mm, yeah. See how far it's co-witnessing with your regular height sights.
yeah. 69 viewers. Nice.
Hmm. I don't know. I
Yeah,
know it has
interesting.
some sort of deal, and the screws are kind of like in the front there. So
Yeah, I would definitely be curious to see how that connects.
this will show it.
Um,
No. Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say it's right. Yeah. Okay. There you go.
okay.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. So you screw down the MOS plate, and then that MOS plate has two threaded slots in front of it,
Mm.
and then you thread those screws into that.
But I love how everybody's doing the MOS thing, man, where it's making it low enough to where it's co-witnessing. I think that's amazing. I love that.
Dude, yeah, I think that's super important. I think super high tritium sights are whack and gay.
I
Um,
agree.
yeah, and no one wants those. I mean, I don't mind the ones that are a little bit shorter, but they're not, you know, standard sight height.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that, but
And
I
most
also understand that things change and evolve, and over time, uh, a lot of times we end up going back to something else that we had that was proven, right? Like
yeah.
I don't ever think that iron sights will be like, you know, um, which call it? What's the word? Like where something is like no longer.
Standard.
Yeah, I can't. There's a term for it. I'm just like words are hard right now.
Mil
But
spec.
yeah, I mean, yeah, mil-spec. Everything mil-spec sucks, including Daniel Defense. But I think that um, obsolete.
Chromium.
Thank you. See, Stifler. Yeah, Jovac, obsolete. Stifler, obsolete. You guys are everyone. See, y'all knew exactly what I was talking about. It's called a 1911 obsolete. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah, yeah, I would much rather have standard sights, not, tarted sights that, you go like, "Oh man, you know what? I should use this in another holster." And you go grab an older holster and it barely even fits in it at all. You know what's crazy though? Bro, check this out. So I went and I grabbed, let me see if I can find it here. Hold on. So I went and I grabbed a very old holster, like the first light bearing holster I had ever purchased and used in my life. It
yep.
was this very old, I mean, this is probably somewhere between 12 and 15 years old. This is a Galco.
I have
I
Galco
forget-
holsters.
oh yeah, Galco's great. Um,
I have an ankle holster. That's what I usually carry. That's usually kind
yeah,
of Galco holster that I have.
Yeah, I got Galco ankle holsters. I got dude, Galco used to be like my go-to brand. But you know
Mhm.
what's crazy about this is for a Glock 19 with a TLR, right?
Really?
So the TLR is here. So when you holster it, it's here. But do you notice the interesting part about that?
What?
What it's cut out for a red dot, but it was not intentionally cut out for a red dot. It just happens to work that way. So I went to go holster my the Gen 5 45 with the Holosun SCS, fits
Yeah.
beautifully. The Gen 5 45 with the Gideon Optics Mediator, which is a huge,
Yeah.
mailbox optic, fits beautifully. The Trigicon RMR on the other Gen 5 45. Sorry guys, I got too many. The Shadow Systems with the Holosun 407, the Holosun 507, like all of them fit in here, dude. It was just interesting to grab this and be like, whoa, this is something old that works with new stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm probably
I think,
not gonna run
dude.
a leather
Yeah.
snap holster though.
Ankle holsters are cool, and especially if you're going somewhere where you definitely may need a backup kind of thing. And
Hmm.
James Jagger would say, always carry a backup all the time.
Yeah.
I find it hard to do that unless like I carry one of my bag that I carry around with me, but it's hard to carry one on me all the time.
Yeah.
Uh, but when I do it in a Galco ankle holster for sure, and it's a Glock 26 usually.
I got see, I literally just had a conversation with some folks. I forgot who all was included, but someone had said you can't carry a 26 on your ankle. I was like, bro, I know a bunch of people that carried a 26
Yeah.
on their ankle.
Cops do
Um,
all.
yeah, cops do it specifically because their backup gun runs their primary gun's
Reason why
magazines.
everybody carries Glocks, and that's the
Hmm.
reason why.
Yep, facts. Dude, my Galco ankle rig is literally right across my gun room over here, and it's been great. Flying Rich says, "Dark, I'm getting the feeling you're not going to make it to SHOT Show. No, just hold out. Just keep holding
Hold your
out.
breath.
All right? Yeah, don't
Ready?
give up
3, 2, 1.
don't give up the fight, Rich. All right? You just wait. Um Yeah, so there was some other stuff, you had pulled up that you wanted to,
Yeah.
what else you got?
This is from obviously the Gun Collective. He did a really good breakdown of this. If you want to go and watch his video, because it's awesome. It's just basically the TGC news that he puts out.
We
So
also do have to hit on the, Keltec PR-57.
there
Oh,
you go.
well, boom, there you go, perfect.
This is one of the main ones I want to talk about because this is so stupid.
But
In
it's
my
so cool.
No, no, it's terrible. Why would you
It
think that's cool?
it's absolutely stupid, dumb, ridiculous, and it's cool. I'll explain why, but please continue.
I just think it's just so obsolete and it's just not good engineering in my opinion. Like as far as like what we going on today. Like it's just for
What
you
application
for you
could
to conceal carry this handgun, which is what they're making it for,
Mhm,
and for you to not have a way to reload it with another magazine other than to put it in a stripper clip per se.
mhm.
That's stupid.
But, I mean, strippers aren't the worst thing that's ever happened to the world.
Try reloading that though,
So
like you do like
this
a magazine with a Glock. Not possible.
this is not for that. So this gun was not
That's what they're
made.
marketing it for, though.
Well, no, it is made for carry, 100%, and it is a way to pack 21 rounds into an ultralight. It is lighter than
That
any
is only 21
other.
rounds.
Yeah, that's 21 round pistol.
I don't think so.
I promise you it is. It takes two 10-round. You take a stripper clip to it twice, two 10-round stripper clips, 21 rounds in that gun, pinky promise. I'm 100% certain. And I'll tell you why. So all of these ridiculous laws that limit people's ability to carry, all of them refer specifically to a detachable magazine.
Yeah.
None of these ridiculous laws restrict. Now, a lot of those
In
places
that
do.
aspect of it, I would say if you can in fact carry 21 rounds in that thing.
You can see there's two stripper clips right there. I promise you, the intention is to carry. Yeah, see, Dr. Cat Milk 20 plus one.
Okay, well, I
J
didn't
Pad
know that.
says
If it because
23.
you can do that, that's pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie. That is actually pretty neat. And the fact
So
that it's that small.
and extremely light, because there's no added weight of metal components in the grip. There's no detachable magazine. There's no magazine release or it is lighter. Is it the most practical thing? Like, would I carry it myself? No. Do I see, like, people that are in, like, say, Rhode Island or Jersey or New York or
Yeah.
California, which California is a different thing completely. They'll have to put it on a roster. And a lot of these places that have these ridiculous laws do ban guns by name. So we may find these states saying, "Ooh, this is a workaround. This is a loophole. Can this gun by name?" Right? They may do that. But until then, if somebody does have, if they're carrying a Glock 43 with 6+1 in their gun,
Yeah.
this is like a dream for
Now,
them to carry
Red Dawn
21
says it's
rounds
only
twice.
10 rounds in states that have a 10-round limit, but it 20 rounds, I don't know how you the 21 round in there
But
look. Oh,
that's
okay.
a detachable magazine, though. So it says it's only 10 rounds in states that have a 10-round limit, but it's 20 rounds. I don't know how the 2-1 round in there loading it the way you do. So what you do is you push down once you load 20 rounds of the magazine, you push down on that round, you you drop one in the chamber, push down on that round, and Garand thumb the slide through over the magazine. So you can fit 21 rounds in it. But every single, and I haven't read every law, right? But in most cases, these laws are specifically citing detachable magazines
Yeah.
in their legislature
Well,
or in their
hopefully, new
legislation.
administration, we can actually pull that crap out because that's a ridiculous thing, and the fact that we have power in all 3 different areas, we should totally be able to knock that crap out.
Yeah, but each state is still just gonna throw their balls around on the table.
Yeah, probably.
13.9 ounces, less than 1 pound.
Okay, but coming from the aspect of that, that is actually pretty cool, and I will give them that. That the
But
fact that
aside
it's
from that,
aside from that, it's stupid.
yeah, I don't disagree with you. I also think 5.7 is not a good option for
No,
carry,
not at all.
you know? I think you
It's
know,
been
you
proven that it's not, actually.
yeah, yeah. I do think that, like, okay, if you have a P90, not a PS90, if you have a P90,
Yeah, it's
all
coming out of
right?
16-inch barrel, like, that's
Eh, well, even if you have a P90 submachine gun that is
yeah,
full auto, yes, 5.7 is great if you have access to the crazy spicy ammo and
mhm,
you have a full auto P90. That's dope.
different.
Most of us cannot get that. Most
No,
of us don't. You could get a PS90 SBR, but even then, you're stuck with a semi-auto, version or variant with, neutered ammunition. So in most cases, I think 5.7 is not the best option for carry. Shot placement is vital with the 5.7. If you're shooting like raccoons or small animals, the 5.7 is a lethal flat shooting exceptionally dangerous round that is excellent. If you are going after a game of the two-legged variety, I don't think a 5.7 is the best option.
yeah. What next up, what do you think about these old staccatos?
Man, I think there's a couple conversations to have about this. First off, Staccato, you're late because the Staccato HD P4, whatever it is,
I will say that
this
looks really good, and
it does look good.
it looks a lot like a Glock.
In a very strange way, it kind of does, but and they did
Dude, I
make
mean,
some changes.
but look at the grip angle and stuff, like, that looks like a Glock. If you
The
didn't have that
angle,
beaver
yeah.
tail and you didn't have that hammer on there,
It's
that's a Glock.
Glockish. It's Glockish. But so here's the deal. They made some changes to it. Obviously it takes Glock magazines. Been done by two other companies, you know,
Platypus,
that's
and what's the other one?
um what is it? V-
Platypus is cool.
Vanish.
I've shot that one. That one is really neat. What is the other one?
Someone help me out about the was it Vanish? Uh Vantage, I don't know. There was another 2011 that took the
Yeah,
yeah, Platypus we know, but the hey Marconi. But there was another one too, I can't recall.
Stealth Arms.
Yeah, Stealth
That's
Arms is the
Stealth Arms.
Platypus.
Yep.
Yeah, Stealth Arms made the Platypus, which shout out to Stealth Arms because they were make Fusion Firearms. That's who made the other one. Fusion Firearms made a 2011 that takes Glock mags. But so here's the deal. So it takes Glock mags. That's one. Two, they added a second ambi slide release. So now there's a ambi slide release on the left side and the right side. So for all those ambi dudes out there and ladies out there, you can enjoy that. Third, they said, now this is a big deal. Okay, Staccato said that it is drop safe. They said that they have changed the components, and they're going with a firing pin block similar to the 80s series of
Yep.
firearms. Because in the past, we know that they have not been drop
Yeah.
safe. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Coming from what we were talking about, we talked about this on when we did the live on the Rumble and stuff like that. I think that it's irresponsible, in my opinion, to make a firearm that people will
Yeah.
potentially EDC because it's awesome. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you've ever shot one, you know they're awesome.
Yeah.
But the fact that somebody's going to carry that thing, you have the responsibility to make that thing as fast. I mean, as safe as possible.
Yeah.
Uh, and you have the ability to do it, and you should have done it. You should have done it from the beginning, just
But there's
like
safeties on it.
yeah, just like the Prodigy and everything else. Like those things,
Mhm.
you have the responsibility as a gun company in today's age to make your firearm as safe as possible if you know that people are going to carry it for EDC. Period.
Yeah. I think this kind of hits a sensitive spot for us because
Sure.
we had a mutual friend. If you guys know Jonah with Big Mac Defense, um, this is not 100% confirmed, but without having to, call the family and ask them, which would be very awkward, rude, and inconsiderate, and all sorts of other things. Um, it appears that Jonah, God rest his soul, um, was holstering a 2011 and had dropped a 2011 in a holster. He was holstering it like probably about, waist to
So
chest
it
height.
was already in it.
He was actually so, and him and I had talked about this where like if you're holstering, it's safest like when you're getting ready to, go out and seize the day, you take out the holster your gun in the holster, not in your pants aimed
Sure.
at your pecker or your femoral artery. You
Mhm.
holster it in the holster, and then you go put the whole unit in your pants, right?
Yeah.
And we had talked about that in the past, and he had said that that's kind of the way that he does things. So I assumed that what he was doing is holstering it about, somewhere between mid waist to chest height. I don't know exactly where he was carrying it. He ended up dropping the whole thing, the gun in the holster. As he dropped it, gravity took over, and the handle, which is the heaviest part of the gun, started falling first and was falling to the ground. He leaned over it to go to either stop it from falling or grab it or to pick it up or whatever. And as he did, he had leaned directly over it. The muzzle was pointing up. As it struck the ground, it discharged and it struck him in the head, and he died.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was the prodigy. I don't know if it was something else, but I know that he did have a Springfield prodigy. I just don't know if he was carrying
Dude,
that at that time.
that sounds like a case if you ask me.
Yeah.
If I was his family, I would totally look into that and be like, "Look, you guys, man, I don't know. I know that you can't like sue gun companies for whatever, but I don't know how that would work in this instance or whatever, but they have the
Well,
responsibility in my opinion to make that thing as safe as possible. And for you to use something that is so obsolete like the Series 70 stuff and that we've known forever that it's not drop safe and
yeah.
you still use it, that's
So
on them.
I think one of the issues is that a lot of people do not know that a lot of these guns are not drop safe.
I'll be
Like I
honest with
didn't know
you. I
that
didn't know until you told me.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know until it started being talked about. And then Grantham did a video, which
Yeah,
obviously was a big deal because only the 2011 and 1911 went off. They
yeah.
couldn't get the SIG 320s to go off. I couldn't get
That's
my SIG 320s to go off, you
really?
know. Yeah, dude, I pulled a projectile, dumped the powder, and then put a case with just a primer and two SIG 320s, took a 16-ounce nylon hammer and just beat the piss out of it to try to make it go off from every direction, and it
Yeah,
would not discharge. I've tried every single way. But so a couple things. You can't sue a firearm company for someone else that did terrible things with their products.
yeah,
But if there is something that is a manufacturer defect, or if they're doing something that is putting firearms out that is unsafe,
which is what that is in my opinion.
exactly what that is, I totally agree. Like Mossberg 500s and 590s, not drop safe. Remington, uh,
870?
oh, 870s. Thank you. Remington 870s, not drop safe. Like so many of these guns that we roll with, dude, both of them, three shotguns in my other room, all loaded round in the chamber, safety on, right? But
Yeah,
think of for 2011s and 1911s, people are like, well, how could it go off? There are so many safeties. So, first off, the slide safety, when you click the slide safety up, that is a safety to prevent the trigger from being pulled. Doesn't
yeah,
do anything with the internal components at all with the 70 series design. The lemon squeezer safety or beaver tail safety in the back, that prevents the trigger from being pulled. Doesn't do anything else within the internals at all. Eternals in with the internals at all.
yeah,
Uh, the only way is if they were to do an 80s series style safety, which actually has a firing pin block in it. Now, of course, people say, well, just don't drop it, right? And to
yeah,
that, I say it's not about just dropping. You could literally have your gun holstered and get into a tussle
yeah,
or
something
whatever.
like
Like,
that for sure.
yeah, it could be something as simple as like you slip on ice. Like right now, it's 3 degrees where I'm at, right? You slip
Yep.
on ice, boom, your gun discharges. Like
Yep.
it's not just negligence or an accident or something like that. It could be anything. It could be the moment that you need your gun to run
Yep.
and you take a tumble and then it causes a stovepipe or malfunction or whatever, and your gun is dead until you get it back up and running. Which is like the best case scenario
Yeah,
of
for
this.
sure. At least you didn't. Hopefully, you didn't take one in the leg. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So there's all that.
But so you're saying that the new ones that they have that just came out with the Glock mags and all that stuff, they should have that plunger safety in there or no?
This is what they're saying. They're saying that this gun is drop safe. The Staccato HD P4 or whatever is drop safe, that there is a firing pin block in it. Dr. Catmilk says, "You dare claim the perfection of John Moses Browning is flawed?" I know it's a crazy thing, right? But like even the M2 machine gun starts cooking off rounds, right? Even they're regardless of how remarkable, absolutely remarkable, Jonathan Moses Browning was an absolute stud in every way. But they didn't have um not the ingenuity. Technology hadn't developed to the point where, you know, firearms were just job safe all like across the board, right? Like
Right.
if you go back and watch movies even from the 90s, you know, anytime a gun is dropped, it it just goes off, you know, like that was normal to think of, like, oh, like if guns are dropped, they go off, you know.
Yeah.
So that had to kind of be changed by the industry, and unfortunately, you know, John Moses Browning wasn't around at that point. But anyway, M2A1 is garbage. I would love to have, if anyone is throwing out that garbage, I would love to have an M2 50 BMG machine gun. But anyway, I digress. Joe
Yes.
Morris, brother, great to see you, man. Oh, let me check. Hang on. He told me to check my text
Yeah.
messages.
Um, I was thinking about man, who won that thing? Oh, Masada U.
What about him?
He's the one that won the 2A Rider of the Year or something like that.
What?
Yep.
The dude that said that lights and red
Yeah.
dots on handguns are stupid.
Yeah.
Gabe.
Yep.
Nopal, it shot used a pic of my build to showcase his RBC 9. Dude, that is dope.
What is it?
Look at that. That is
Oh
a
wow.
3D printed but is that a hold up. Roller delayed action syncs with adaptable polymer construction, lightweight modular, fun to shoot, feeds from 9mm disintegrating ammunition belts. What?
That's rad.
Dude. Are the links 3D printed, gutter cheese?
Oh man, I totally forgot about this.
What's that?
Hold on a second.
Oh yeah, I was gonna bring that up. That's on my list as well. Actually, we got a few things that obviously the Keltec PR57. Uh I did very briefly bring up the PSA FAL, which is I think it's the T28, the CZ Bren 3, the M&P metal frame, but it's not aluminum, it's steel.
Do what
That's
now? Say it
apparently
again.
the M&P metal frame, the
Yeah.
brand new one for 2025 SHOT Show, the metal frame M&P 2.0, but it is not aluminum. It is made of steel.
Nice.
So that's apparently a big thing. The CZ Bren 3 looks like the uh, inexpensive Scar at home. The PSA 50 cal.
I didn't know they were making that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they got a few things. Honestly, I just kind of want to
Man.
get my hands on a Glock Koa and call it a day. You know,
I mean, Man, I wish I could find it. I don't know if I can, because I don't know if anybody's done any kind of video on it whatsoever. But
Do you want me to show this one that you got
you
pulled up
can,
now?
yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead. We'll talk about that first.
Or no, well,
So
I'm sorry. I didn't know if that was what you were referring to.
it wasn't, but I mean, this is cool too. I mean, what do y'all think about Canic?
My first thought when I think about Kinnick usually is, but
Really?
yeah, I don't
I've
know,
always
man.
thought that their bore axis is super high for no reason.
Yeah, it doesn't give me warm and fuzzies. Their
Oh,
triggers are cool.
we went a little forward, John. I wasn't ready for that yet. Yeah, but
And
I
this is
you
like got a
ever saw their
grenade comp.
do what?
This thing has like a grenade comp on it. It's like
Yeah,
it's weird. It's like comped at like 10,
yeah,
12, and 2. You know,
there,
it's like
there, and there.
yeah, it's interesting.
Very weird. But I'll be honest with you. Like I've shot the meta or whatever you want to call it. Um, I don't mind it. It's super snappy for sure. But then ever since I shot that one, they came out with the larger frame meta, whatever that's called, XL or whatever they want to call it.
Mhm,
So I haven't shot that one yet, but I would imagine you're going to be able to, I guess, control the recoil probably better because it has a larger frame on it, obviously. Um,
mhm.
but this one here with a comp, dude, everybody's making something with a comp, and I
I
I think
know.
that's cool. I do think that's cool because it needs to be. I mean, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's just 9 millimeter," but yeah, but if you can make that better and make it to where you can get shots on target quicker, like why would you not do that? You know?
Dude, there are absolutely, like there are 100%, like, proven benefits of, shooting comped handguns.
Sure.
I think it's kinda being taken to a little bit of a crazy level. I think this dude, years back, I'm talking, like, when my channel was, like, less than a year old, I talked to the owner of Marconi Armory, and he had I wish I could show it. Marconi Armory, go to his website. Is making incredible stuff, and in my opinion, if everyone knew w- about his products, what was available, and the price that they were at, no one would buy a Ramjet ever again. Because for the price of a Ramjet, you can buy an entire ported Glock slide and barrel combination,
Yeah.
and it's in my
Yeah.
opinion for the
I
cost
think a
incredible.
ramjet and the barrel and all and the afterburner and all that crap. It's like almost $400, right?
Yeah, and that's about what he's like 3.99 or 4 and some change. He's selling a comped slide and barrel combo. Now, when my channel was like a little less than a year old, we talked and he was saying I have an idea and I had we were both kind of talking about this and it's something that I had thought of, but I was like, I don't know if it would work. It'd probably turn into a grenade. Like, I don't even know, what would happen if you did this. But what if you comped the slide and
Mm,
then you cut the barrel out, right? And so he ended up developing that years later. And then around that same time that he had released his, the Sig Spectre came out, a bunch of other things came out. So it looked like he was just copying other companies, but he was
mm,
like, man, what the heck? I've been working on this for a couple years.
wow.
So he has a huge chunk port out of the front, and he also has like 3 or 4 other small ports, linear ports behind it. And he has a lot of data collected from shooting it, and as far as like how much it moves when it shoots, and how much faster and flatter it shoots, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And man, it's a big deal. And also from the perspective of like, let's say, okay, so a Glock 19 size uh, slide, it's basically cut the barrel down to be a little bit longer than a 26, and then he takes a big chunk port out of the top of the front of the barrel, and
Mm,
then cuts the slide the same way, and then he machines the inside of the barrel out to remove the rifling so it doesn't shear jacket off and shoot jacket up in your face. A lot of these guns, if they are not doing that, it is going to, if you're shooting from like a high thumb pectoral index or like retention shooting closer to your body, it is absolutely shooting jacket
Oh
out
wow.
of these big chunk ports if you don't remove the rifling on the barrel, because it basically peels it like a can opener as it goes through if you don't remove the
I shot the SIG. I want to say it was SAS, but and it's like ported
Mhm,
or whatever,
mhm,
or it's comped or ported or something. And dude, that thing, because of the way I hold my hands, like I mean, I got really big hands. I got
mhm.
massive hands, and so my thumb basically comes all the way out to the end of where the barrel is, but not quite. And every single time I shot that thing, it was just so hot, and it felt like honestly, it felt like stuff was coming out of it.
Really, I
I would
believe
catch
it.
shrapnel stuff every now and then.
I believe it. I haven't spent a lot of time behind guns like that, but um, thank you, Red Dawn. Yeah, I agree. His slide is super fire. Clint Eastwood, what do y'all suggest for women? Women definitely need a 5-shot J frame. It's all they can handle. Their brains are smooth and simple. I'm just kidding. What do you recommend for women?
I would recommend for a woman, I would go no smaller. And I know that the only reason why I would suggest a smaller one is because they don't wear stuff that we wear, right? We don't wear pants. I mean, they don't wear pants usually. I mean, some people do, but most of them wear leggings or, you know, dresses and stuff like that for the most part. Some of them wear jeans sometimes. Like I'm not saying people don't wear pants, but my point is that we can wear them in a holster on our pants.
Mhm.
Most of the times they do not. And so I would go no smaller than a 43X or something comparable to that size of a
Yeah,
43X. So, and I mean, obviously, we all know that the larger a handgun is, the more recoil mitigation you're going to have on it. So,
yeah,
I personally would go 43X and that size and stay that size. I wouldn't even go 43. Like, I think that's
yeah,
too small because you're not going to be able to hit anything with it. So it's something, honestly, whatever the woman can shoot, carry the biggest gun that you can conceal good and and can shoot accurately, which would be whatever they can handle. And in my opinion, 9 millimeter is great as long as you get the right package. But
mhm,
that's my
yeah. No, I don't disagree with you. I think a lot of times
opinion. Oh, that new
dudes,
CME is talking about the Smith and Wesson Bodyguard 2.0. That thing is pretty rad.
it does look cool. Red Dawn was talking about that a lot, and I've not spent any time with it. I've not shot it, but it does look interesting. I do think the 380 is a very underpowered cartridge. Um, I also like to have, if you have a carry gun, excuse me, if you have a carry gun, man, if you've ever shot a 380 outdoors, you can pick up your 9, right? Let's say the Gen 545 I keep on my gun belt, right? I can draw that thing and clap a steel target at 100 yards, and it's the power of that cartridge is still adequate at 100 yards, right? It's not ideal, right? Like I wouldn't plan on going to a 100-yard gunfight with just my pistol, but if I absolutely had to clap a target at 100 yards, I know that I could, do that with my Glock.
Yeah.
However, uh several times I had taken out a 380 just to see what would happen, right? And you arc that bad boy up and you start lobbing those little adorable 90 green pills out at a steel target. You will literally see them tanking in the dirt at like 40 to 50 yards.
Hmm.
I mean, you can literally see it just like, pew, and it's
Yeah.
just dirt just splashing everywhere at like 40, 50 yards. I'm like, yo, it's the same diameter. It's only a little shorter. Like, how does it make that much of a difference? And I think there's a lot that goes into it. I think obviously it's the length of the cartridge is a big piece of it because that's what builds pressure and the powder and all that. There's a huge difference of all of that. But then also there's difference in barrel twist, and there's a lot of differences that kind of make that round severely limited. But in the defense of those guns are not designed for that. Those guns are designed for, very, very close contact, um, you know, speaking distance, yelling distance, and closer. And if you're going beyond, 7 to 14 yards with a 380, I would just dump the whole magazine to as a loud noise making device and then run to a to a bigger,
Yes.
better gun.
Mhm. I 100% agree. And I saw somebody over here say it completely depends on the shooter, and that's 100% right. It absolutely depends on the shooter.
Always.
It always will come down to you getting out there training and making sure that you can do what you need to do with the pistol that you're carrying. But I would recommend no smaller than a 43X.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think it does have a lot to do with the individual woman that is shopping for. Um, e- every human being is different, but like you're saying, women don't always wear jeans. They don't always wear jeans with belt loops, and they don't always wear belts in their jeans with belt loops. And
Yep.
to be able to carry a gun on body, because that's important. Um, I think a lot of times we say, "Oh, here's this underpowered, extremely light thing that is completely unpleasant to shoot. Buy it, you're gonna love it." Right? And then they
Yeah.
go shoot it and they're like, "Ooh, yucky, I don't like it." And
Yeah.
then they either become disengaged with the sport or, whatever. I think if a woman is going into the world of, accepting the ownership of the self-preservation of her family, her life, her family's life, uh making some changes in your wardrobe is the minimum that you're going to have to do, you
Yeah.
know and I think that, dude, even if a chick were to, rock a shoulder holster, throw a jacket over it or something, like, I don't think women carrying in bags is a good idea. I don't think women carrying, off body is a good. I don't think anyone carrying off body is a good idea unless you're talking about a secondary firearm. Um, but I do agree that larger guns that are, um, better at mitigating recoil is
Check that video
important
right
for
there.
female shooters.
So it's not ported right there.
I thought it
It's
was.
it's ported like at a 45-degree angle at the top, like up here, but it's not down
Okay.
here. It's just like a slide cutout.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But this
Where
one right here, think about this one.
can you go back and stop it on the spot that shows the ports? I'm
Yeah.
just curious. I agree, Fluffy. Starter on a Deagle 58E. Mhm.
See it right there? It's like right here at the 45-degree angle on the top.
Okay. Okay. And there's what, one on each side?
Yeah. I think there's one. I don't even know if there's one on the top, honestly. I don't think
Let's
there
see.
is. I think it's just on the other side. This one here on the 45, the other side on the 45, and this is just a slide cutout right here.
I think there's another image where they show it from another angle. Let's see. I thought they showed it from the top.
Hmm.
No. Okay. So it might just have those two.
Yeah.
I do think it's like, I appreciate that they have the whatever TTI combat grip with it, and that they have a shortened slide, like you know what? It's kind of like a 19x sized package. So
Yeah. That's it's not too bad. I like Kinetic triggers and stuff. I think they're pretty good. I think they've came a long way from the regular like TP9 that they had a long time ago.
the triggers are good.
Yeah.
Damien Christ says it's there's 3 ports.
Cool. I didn't see him, but I'm there probably is. I don't know.
Garen Wilson, are the Prodigies still having issues? Yes. I don't know anything about their 2025 stuff.
I don't
Yes.
know. You know, they're a cheap get into the 2011 game or whatever they are.
Hmm.
It's just a cheap version to get into that. And it's not cheap. I mean, they're $1,500 or a little bit less than that, probably $1,200. But still, it ain't cheap. You know what I'm saying? Like it's cheaper than staccato.
Yeah. But I mean, there are other options for the 2011 game that are even under $1,000 that are getting good reports, so
Max.
yeah, Mac, and then also, the Apollo
Yeah.
and the, Gerson
Yeah, that just
20
came out this year, didn't it?
2033. I think they showed it off last year, but, I don't know, like, when they actually started.
I don't know what the price of that one is, but I would totally
It's like
get one of those just because.
$800.
Yeah, I would absolutely get one of those.
Yeah. Bull Armory, yep, Bull Armory also has, some other 2011s out there. There are a bunch, I just don't know which ones are,
Mossberg
look,
has a shotgun. They don't
yeah.
really need to be making another shotgun. Like it's good, man. I don't know what this is, but it's a $280 pistol.
Is that on an AXP 22? Is that,
RXP.
another RXP?
But I don't know
Is
who
that
it's
another
from.
Mossberg pistol? I really hope that Mossberg isn't doing another pistol because they just probably shouldn't.
I don't think so. I don't think it's from the same company. It says Retay on the side of it.
Oh,
Retay. I don't know.
okay. Well, guys, this is the Retay RXP 22.
It's a Beretta.
More Berettas. Dude, I absolutely love my M9A3. Love it. If it
I
took Glock mags, it would be my gun belt gun.
I love my Die Hard pistol.
Yeah, yeah. I got a standard 92 FS as well.
That's what I
That's a
have.
cool gun.
I have one. Man, I got it at a crazy deal too. I got it under like $400,
Nice.
and there was not a scratch on it. It was great.
I ended up getting mine for like 450, something like that.
Look at that. Isn't that just pretty?
It is. It's cool. I mean, I've always thought that the Cheetah, the Beretta 84 Cheetah, which is a
Mhm.
13+1 380 ACP gun. I always thought that was cool because it looks like a little scaled down Beretta. I mean, it kind of is, right? I think the 84 Cheetah is the one that um, is 13+1. That may be the 8+1, but whatever. It was cool. Is this a Glonk?
I've never heard of TriStar.
Ooh, TriStar. TriStar is famous for their thermoplastic furniture. For their they used to make a bunch of shotgun furniture, stocks.
Oh, I know
Uh,
you. I know who that is. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. They're those gigantic Remington forward grip, vertical grip.
They're like really big and fat, and yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because I guess they wanted to match the grip on the main grip on the shotgun. I don't know. Um, is
That
this
looks exactly like a Glock Gen
it, it
3.
it does. I mean it looks like honestly a really stupid looking Glock. I'm sorry guys.
Yeah,
Is this in like 9 mil or is this
yeah.
like a
9
22
mil.
or
TriStar 9 mil. Yep.
oof.
It's a complete Glock clone.
I mean
Got them in
why?
black too, apparently. Well, kind of
I'm
grayish.
sorry. I'm just like, dude, why? For $280, there's so many other Glock clones on the market for under $300.
Yeah.
The Colt Mustangs have always been cool, the little 380s.
Diamondback.
Yeah.
Meh.
Yeah.
They got a
Look,
new AR. Like,
I guess Diamondback failed so horribly with semi-autos that they said, "All right, let's just go to the wheel guns, guys. We suck. We make guns that explode."
what do you think
Uh,
about their ARs?
um, can I be honest?
Yeah.
I think Diamondback is absolute trash.
Yeah. Like worse
Yeah.
than like what?
Um, I let me say that differently. I'm sorry. I think Diamondback for the money um is not going to give you your money's worth. For the same money you could put into a Diamondback, you could literally piece out every build. You know what I found today? I found barely used complete Colt uh LE 6920 uppers for $379 or something like
Really?
that. Yeah.
Wow.
So if someone out there wants to build a duty gun but doesn't have a bunch of money, you don't have to build four or $500 gun from like PSA.
Yeah.
You could and don't get me wrong, like you can build a $1,500 gun
Yeah.
buying stuff from PSA. So
For
don't
sure.
like there's you start upgrading all your parts, you're talking about something different. But also it's usually stuff that PSA isn't making, it's other company stuff. But anyway, for that money, if you were to make a 500 you were to build a $500 AR, dude, put 150 bucks into the lower, buy that $399, $379 Colt upper, and boom, you got a duty rifle for, a very, very fair amount of money.
Do you like FN?
I don't personally like them, but they do make pretty good stuff.
The reason why I don't like their handguns is I seen man, what I can't
I don't
remember.
like their handguns.
Dude, I do not like their handguns at all.
I
And
I
the
just
reason,
watched one break in someone's hands. Did you see that Kentucky
yeah,
Ballistics video?
ballistics.
Dude, now there's
You
a
know who
maybe.
reps them real hard?
Hmm.
Kennedy.
Oh, yeah, I'd have questions about that, but and not to say anything but like, okay, I bought an FN 510 like the moment it came out, spent like 1100 bucks on it, didn't fire it once, ended up in a situation where I needed some cash, so I ended up selling it. Funny enough, the guy that I sold it to lawfully through FFLs, um, hasn't even shot it yet either. And it just so happened to be that the one that Kentucky Ballistics was shooting that literally, I mean, broke the frame in half. The whole front from the dust cover up to the trigger guard snapped.
Yeah,
Now,
crazy. Now it did run afterwards though, which
it
is
it did. They're
cool,
not
but
bad guns. I just personally don't prefer them. However, we have to think of a few other things here. A, he's a
do you know
content
what their
creator.
firing pin how many parts their firing pin has in it?
Oh, isn't it like
Like 18 different
17?
parts.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. Was
If
it
you
18?
Yeah, if you screw one of those up, like you might as well forget it. Trying to even field strip it, do anything to like you might as well forget it. Like that's the one. When I saw that, I was just like, never. I'll never have that. Because if you look at them, I don't. There's different types of gun people out there. You know, you look at them as tools, like that's one guy. Look at them as collectors, that's another guy. You got the guys that can be collectors and also tools. And I think I'm in that category where I'm just like, I look at everything as a tool. Although I want
Mhm.
stuff, but man, I usually get things I know it's going to work as a tool, and that is it.
So
And
I
this is just not one for me, man.
I do think the FN guns work. I do think they work well. I think they're not for me personally, right? And
The
I
simplicity
tried. I
of
tried
Glock.
that. Dude, but the think of the FNX 45, dude, that was like the gun for a few years, mostly because of Call of Duty, right? I've never seen any of those break, right? I've
Yeah,
never seen, and I've known dudes that carried them that beat the crap out of them. And that's why I went into the FN 510 because I was like, man, this is a 22 plus one 10 millimeter. Like, this has got to be badass. But here are the questions that I would ask. So obviously, Kentucky Ballistics is a content creator. Could he have potentially maybe put a minor stress fracture somewhere in there to maybe have it, oh my goodness, on
I
camera?
mean, it's a possibility, but I don't know.
Someone brought that up to me, and I was like, that's a fair point, right? I don't think he would do that. His response seemed genuine, right?
Mhm.
But there also could have just been a stress fracture in there that he wasn't aware of. But also, the FN 510, and this has been said 100 times, is a red dot killer, right? Like the FN 510 and semi-auto 10 mils. A lot of people say they are red dot killers. The amount of recoil and inertia, I guess, or whatever, it beats the crap out of red dots. That could be, one of the reasons it's just beating the heck out of the slide and frame and all that. And with the
Yeah.
light on it, and it seemed like the light was mounted very forward of the trigger guard. plus the can,
It
and
was.
I don't know. It could have been a number of things.
Could have been a lot, but I don't know. It's just
I
FNs are
think
just
it's
not my bag.
I think it's more likely that there was a stress fracture in there already that he didn't see, and then he shot it, and boom, it just snapped.
Now, what is my bag is this guy right here.
Is this a 2011 that takes a SIG 320 mag? Is that what that was?
What?
What was just showing there at the end? Was that a 2011 that took a SIG 320 magazine?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Can we can skip that. Can we talk about one other thing that no one is going to want to hear? The SIG 320 is a failed design, and inserting a magazine too hard can render your firearm useless.
It can do that on the Echelon too.
Oh, really? Is the Echelon the same thing with the built-in ejector?
Yep. I just had
So
it. So I'm doing a video on that on Saturday, and it's coming out. Well, it's coming out on Saturday. It'll be on Rumble. But I
really?
show that exact same issue. Yep.
Dude, literally, I just watched. I watched that happen to another firearm. Because for you guys out there that don't know, on a SIG 320, I got the mags laying around here somewhere. On a SIG 320, the thing that stops magazine over insertion is the base plate of the magazine, right? So the polymer at the bottom of the grip is what stops the magazine from over inserting and breaking the ejector. With the fire control unit on a SIG 320, the ejector is homogeneous with the whole unit. It is integrated with it. Yeah,
Mhm.
Chairman Wan's video and P80 Ralph, it literally happened on camera. He took his SIG 320 whatever like it's like a little PDW out. He inserted one of the extended mags. It was like a 20 something round, so it doesn't have that polymer to stop it from over inserting, and he literally just went tap, and then that just bent the extractor or ejector rather just enough to where the slide would not go down. And there you go. The entire gun is done, and the serialized portion of the firearm is done. You know, so yeah, there you go. Just something to consider. What do we have here? Is this a Smith and
It
Wesson
is.
M&P carry comp with a Gideon Optics Granite?
Is it? I don't know. I can't tell.
It kind of looks like it.
No, it's something else.
Oh
I
no,
don't
it's a
know.
different optic. Different optic.
But anyway, this dude, I'm hard up for Smith and Wessons right now. I really really like them. Um, for me, like it just looks like a sexy freaking gun, and I really thought about carrying my Smith and Wessons over a Glock there for a little bit, and I actually did there for a couple weeks. Um, but then I was just like, man, I can just hit so well with my Glock 45, and so that's what I started carrying. But I was carrying a M&P 2.0 3.6 inch. I can hit good with it too, but man, nothing like my 45. And yeah, but
Mm.
this one, I would absolutely carry this gun, and I have a lot of pride coming from this because now these are being made right here in my hometown in Maryville, Tennessee, and it says it right on the side, so that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that
Um,
is cool. That's similar to certain HKs may have a certain thing machined on the receiver that says an area that I am akin to in Virginia. So
there you
which is
go. Crap, where'd it go?
I do like that. We have one comment that says, but the trigger looks like a piece from an erector set. These are machined aluminum triggers in these, right?
They're amazing.
Yeah, I do like them, dude. I got to handle the carry comp, and I was impressed. It. I am not the Smith and Wesson M&P guy, but I was definitely impressed handling this.
Yeah, it's by far super comfortable, and the aluminum frames are amazing too. I uh, I I
What
really really like it.
what were you getting at? I think you were about to say that you said you were considering carrying it, but something about the magazines. What was it?
No, I was just saying, like, I can hit so well with my Glock 45 that I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna carry this because I'm really, really good with it. And but with although the reasons why I was thinking about carrying it is because everybody's like, oh, carry a Glock, but and dude, I say this too, carry a Glock because it's battlefield pickup. If you ever have to pick up something, somebody's probably gonna have a Glock magazine. Like that's totally
Mm.
understandable, and I agree with you on that. But what do other agencies carry a lot of?
MMPs are definitely another one.
So if you shoot well with an MP, like I can shoot well with you know a 3.6 inch, like totally. So if I shoot well with it more than I do with anything else, should I not just carry that and then carry a Glock in a bag like I normally do anyway? Also, and so then you have the best of both worlds because you have MP magazines and you have Glock magazines you can pick up and use in whatever.
Yeah, it's not a bad, bad method. I do think that, like once you get away from the I carry a 9 millimeter Glock with a standard 9 millimeter Glock magazine thing, like even going to the 43X, 43, 48, like whatever the slimline Glocks, like yeah, you might be carrying a Glock, but they don't take standard 9 millimeter magazines. So I guess so I always do keep a secondary firearm in a bag, and it is a, my 19X, which takes standard 9 millimeter Glock mags. I wouldn't mind carrying something like this because I can shoot well with a Glock. I shoot extremely well with the MMP. I don't know if it's the grip angle, the grip, whatever, the distance from the web of my hand to the trigger. I don't know what it is, but they're like laser beams. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Putang, great to see you. I'm late. What is a dark? Not familiar. Putang, I'm sorry I couldn't see you guys. Shot show. We had some stuff queued up for you guys, the Gideon guys, but I'll make sure that um, we meet again. Love you. Taxel Muffin Top, what's up, bro? Good to see you.
Hey, let me know if you can hear this. You hear that?
I heard you muting.
Okay. I was going to show you this. So, you want a little sneak peek
Maria Mechanic Molina, welcome. Sneak peek of what?
of my video that I'm going to premiere on Saturday?
Yeah,
Okay, let's see here. I gotta see how to share the screen.
just do an MMP that takes clock banks, dude. Honestly, okay, so
I would love to have an MP that takes clock mags. To be honest with you,
yeah, yeah. It straight up, if I could throw a new lower on my Beretta M9A3 that took Glock mags, I would literally do that, and I would carry that gun on my gun belt. I got my Safari Land SLS here for the M9A3, and that thing is excellent. Absolutely love it. And I'm just rocking old school iron sights on that. There's no dot because it's the A3. Cedric says, "My guy Josh, what's going on, y'all? Welcome, Mr. Cedric. Good
what's
to see
up?
you." But yeah, I mean, I do think that there's just something special. There's about Glock Max. There should be a company out there that retrofits anything that can, because the thing about Glock mags is that they are like most pistol mags, but not all. They are double stack single feed, right? So if there are some mags out there that are like, mostly this is for subgun stuff, but like if they're double stack double feed, it's not going to work. But if they're double stack single feed, you can retrofit it to take Glock mags.
I don't think it'll let me show you.
Lynchpin Supply says, "Shot Show 2026, everything must take Glock mags." I mean,
I agree.
basically,
I agree 100%.
Yes, yes. Dude, if there's a way, why not offer it? Like, I
Exactly.
I would love to have a company where the only thing we do is take Beretta lowers, make it take Glock mags, M&P lowers, make it take Glock mags, CZ 75 lowers, make one that takes Glock mags. Like literally machining lowers to just take Glock mags, and that could be a real business. And I've thought about it before, but man, the amount of R&D and
It
the
would be
amount
awesome though.
of it would be awesome. It would basically be like a volunteer position because you can't. There's no way that that could be extremely profitable. It would have to be a massive organization to
Yeah.
um, but leave the MP5 alone. I agree. Yes, those are also double stack, double feed, so that would not work with Glock mags. Yeah, they've become the industry standard, straight up.
It should be. I mean, because that is what that I mean, if you think about it, that's what a lot of handguns are made after now anyway. If you look at the inside, the internals,
Yep.
that's pretty much what they're made after. If you look at the plunger aspect and what everything's made. You know, James Yeager made a video a while back called every Glock should be 9 millimeter and all that kind of stuff, which is true. Or every pistol should be a Glock and every Glock should be a 9 millimeter,
Mhm.
which is true, but every company makes a Glock style pistol now. It is what it is.
Yeah, yeah. It's not just Glocks anymore. It's Glocks and Glock clones and subguns and AR-9s and they have AKs that take 9 millimeter Glock mags. Like we're in a completely different realm where we were compared to like 5 years ago, especially 10 years ago. But man, I so leave my HK mags alone. So I wouldn't touch HK mags at all, but the HK VP9, oh yeah, Glock mags, baby. 100%. Red Dawn Readiness says maybe between that and 320s, but 320s are trash. I agree. I agree. I don't
Come
think
on.
AKs should take Glock mags either. Straight up.
It'd be
DLD
cool if
After
they
Dark.
did.
Say it again.
I said it'd be cool if they did.
There are some AKs out there that take Glock mags.
I got
The
one.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. DLD After Dark. I have to check out your channel. If you're friends with Josh, then I know your channel is good. Thank you, man. Appreciate
Yeah.
you. Yeah. We me and Josh, I would say Josh is my homeboy.
I you know, I tried to get this to work, but it says I can't share the screen because when I try to click it and do it, it says Chrome has lost permission to capture your screen. To fix it, go to System Preferences, unlock the screen by selecting the lock button on the left. Click Google Chrome, whatever.
Are you trying to show a video?
I'm trying to show another program like my Adobe Premiere program.
So then if you want, what you can do is screen share your whole computer.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that too, and it wouldn't let me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I clicked entire screen, click that, and hit share, and it still gives me the same thing.
Oh, you know what it may be? Maybe because it's licensable software, it won't let you share it.
Maybe, yeah. Well,
Heck.
so guys, if you want to see that video, go to Rumble on Saturday.
There you go. Yeah, it gives you something to
But
look out for.
I was gonna show you basically. I go to insert it, and it happened to me on the range when I was shooting it, and I knew I'd heard about it before, but it never really clicked. And then when I was actually going to reinsert the mag, yeah, I was inserting a larger, like 17 round with a +3 or whatever they come in the full size. I was
With the
inserting that thing in
Echelon or the 320?
echelon.
Echelon. Wow.
I was running the echelon comp. That's what I was doing the video on, and I was using the bigger mag from the full size to go in there. No go,
Mm.
man. It is that ejector that basically
So
doesn't allow you to do it, and it gets caught
did
inside the magazine. It's really weird. Like
yeah, yeah.
it goes literally inside of it, and you have to like jerk it out. And I mean, it won't go if you pull it over top, and it won't go if you push the slide release. Like
Yeah,
it
it
hurts.
will not it will not move after that. Did you try to bend it back at all or
No, it wasn't my pistol, so I didn't mess with it.
yeah.
But yeah, it's a no go. It's something that they got to work on. They got to fix that, and it could be something like you said. It could be something to do with that modular system. Maybe it's just like integrated into it, kind of thing.
It definitely is. The Echelon and the SIG 320 are similar in that regard where the the ejector is part of the serialized unit of the firearm, which I don't get that. Like
Yeah.
It would be so easy to make a piece held together by a pin or something that like that's a consumable piece, right? Like if you wanted to change calibers, then you're just supposed to use the same ejector in a 9 and a 40 and a 357 sig and all that. Like I don't get that. Where Glocks, you literally just take a punch and punch it out and then put, you know what I mean? So I don't get that. Um
Check
Look
this
up a
out.
modern VZ61 Scorpion Dark. That's what we all need. We do. We do. Also, dude, okay. We got to talk about the Scorpion 3 Scorpion Evo 3 S1 as well.
This okay, you know who Shield Arms is, right? Shield Arms makes the S15 magazines that go in your Glock 43X and 48, right?
Yep, yep.
Okay. They have made their own 43X modular frame pistol
Mm,
that just got released
wow.
from
When
Shield Arms
when did this drop?
like yesterday or today.
Wow.
Yeah. Obviously, it's like all CNC machined. I think it's aluminum. I don't think it's polymer.
Dang. It
If it
looks
is polymer,
aluminum.
well, it looks aluminum. It might not be. This is a computer rendering, so it could be polymer. Oh, it is aluminum. S15 aluminum frame. That is pretty awesome. S10 aluminum frame. Oh, it's got a 10
Dude,
round. You can do a 10 rounder too. That's pretty cool.
that's pretty gangster.
Wow.
Ooh. And polymer. They offer it in polymer too.
That is pretty rad. S15 polymer. Yep.
S15 polymer and S10 polymer. Dang.
That is sick. And it's in the fact that it's in 43X size, not
Yeah.
Glock 19 size like everybody's doing.
Yeah,
Oh, there's a
that's
video of
that's
it. And it's already comped and everything, I think. It's probably the size of a 48, actually.
yeah, that one looked like a 48 size. So is that their slide and all that, or do you not know?
Yeah, that's all theirs. They're doing the whole thing. So
Dang.
this shot show here, so it's there. Mm.
Well, I'll be honest, that looks way better than the micro dagger.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And
But look at that.
apparently
That is sick looking.
it is. That thing is gorgeous.
And
Apparently
I have never had a problem out of S15 magazines ever. And everybody
never.
always says that they have, but I personally have bought all of my magazines. They've never sent me any, and I've done a lot of reviews on their stuff.
I've
They have
bought every
never
single one.
me
Every
too.
single one I run too. Yep.
And they never sent me anything, and I've never had a single problem out of them.
Yep. Yeah, I think I have seen a bunch of people claim that they had issues with their S15 magazines. I've run Gen 1s, Gen 2s, Gen
Same.
3s, and all of them have run beautifully.
And I've
Same
ran
with
every
Chef.
kind of ammo you can think out of them.
Yep.
Regular target. I've done Fort Scott munition. I've done, I mean, literally everything, and
Yep.
never had a problem out of them.
Yep. Yeah, I've run the same thing. I've run the super crazy light stuff, 115, 124, 135, 147. I've even ran 158 grain through it, and it ran totally fine. Sandwich Chef, brother, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. I'm still possessed. Possessed?
Possessed?
Possessed? Maybe possessed or pissed off? I don't know. I'm still possessed of
I'm still
the
possessed.
PR 57. Dude, look, it's a very unique thing, but and I think I th- I'll be honest. I think the reason that they made it was to not to get around, to work with the legislation in certain states that are banning uh, what they call high capacity detachable magazines. Because look, in most cases with these internal mags, you're looking at 5 rounds, 10 rounds, and like hunting rifles and all sorts of stuff, right? So the fact that they set up a 21 round 5.7 in a package that is under 14 ounces, that's crazy. I mean, it's awesome, especially for those places that are less friendly when it comes to laws. Now, they'll probably still ban this gun by name, but I'm just saying, Anyway, Sandwich Chef, brother, thank you so much. I hope you're no longer possessed.
Listen to this logic. Okay?
Safety Harbor, what up? Good to see you, bud. Sorry, go ahead.
Listen to this logic. Legends never die is all I gotta say.
All guns should be Glocks. Part 2. So here's the thing, guys. I'm carrying a Glock right there, Glock 19. Looks like a Smith & Wesson M&P, right? Canic, that's a Glock. The Sig 320, that's a Glock. The Millennial, that's a Glock. I got Glocks everywhere. Glock. When I made that video years ago, not everybody made a Glock. HK makes a Glock now. CZ makes a Glock now. Everybody makes a Glock now. So people kind of skip over what I meant, and they talk about what I said. And so what I said was, I like a mid-sized gun that holds about 15 rounds, that doesn't have levers and switches off all over it. It's striker fired. And I stand by that statement. All guns should be Glocks. All Glocks should be 9mm, and all 9mm Glocks should be 19s. And now everybody makes one. I carry this American-made Glock 19 now, with the XS big dots, of course, and Gorilla ammo. That's something that has changed since that video. I recommend the Gorilla Silverback ammo now, and that's a wonderful copper round. But not a lot's changed. I used to use a Blade Tech holster. Now we're NSR Tactical. I got a different kind of Glock 19. Still got big dots, except now they're the DX2 big dots, not the original big dots. So some things have changed, but it's still the truth. All guns should be Glocks. All Glocks should be 9mm, and all 9mm Glocks should be 19s. This is James Jago, Tactical Response, reminding you that your responsibility to be ready for the fight never ends.
Guys, he is one of the biggest inspirations I've ever had. That's the reason why I keep it right here. This is from the class I went and did with him. Literally the best mindset in the game. Literally one of the best courses I've ever been to. One of the nicest guys I've ever met. And like I said, legends never die, because he passed away recently. I think it was last year. Might have been the year before.
A year and a half or something.
Yeah, but man, he's just one of the best minds when it comes to a gunfight. And I miss him a lot. Honestly, I really do.
Yeah. Yeah, I never got an opportunity to meet him or train with him or anything, but I think a lot of people are passing, they're missing what he's saying by that. He's not actually saying to only own and only carry Glocks.
Right.
What he was just saying is, and he was very clear about it, is carry a simple striker fired 9mm that holds about 15 rounds. It's a compact polymer gun that's striker fired with no, levers, switches, buttons, stuff all over it to confuse you. Like he was carrying a Smith & Wesson M&P in there.
Yeah.
He held up, 5 to 7 different handguns in there. Like clearly he doesn't only run. Even me, dude, I'm a total Glock nut, right?
Yeah.
But I own dozens of other pistols,
Yeah.
So
Same.
you can be a Glock nut and then also own other stuff. It's okay. It's okay.
Well, I think that the operating system of a Glock is so simple that's the reason why a lot of people have adopted that kind of pistol. And that's what he's saying, is that, everybody, as long as it does that kind of thing, should be okay to carry.
Yeah. And I think it's hold on. So Sandwich Chef says 20 plus 1 on the website. He may be behind a bit, or maybe he just looked it up. It just has that weird evil look. The Keltec 57. Lynchpin says, what happens when the Keltec jams? Fitfo. That's what happens when it jams. Figure it the freak out.
Yeah.
I think any kind of internal system like that, it's actually pretty simple. It would be the same thing if you had a detachable magazine and you get some type of issue. You detach the magazine, probably a secondary round will fall out. Make sure the chamber's clear, put it back in, rack it, and go back to work. Whereas, so basically tap, rack, bang, right?
Yeah.
But in this case, you would need to lock the slide back, remove the obstruction, and make sure the chamber's clear, and then close the slide and go back to work. Same kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's not like gonna mess up all the rest of the rounds in the magazine just because there was a malfunction. You're probably less likely to get a malfunction because of the internal magazine than you would be. And look, I'm not saying everyone needs to go get a Keltec, PF57, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm just saying that it's a great idea for the small amount of non-gun friendly places that say anything with a high capacity detachable
I agree
magazine
in that
is-
aspect of it for sure.
Yeah.
That for that reason it is. But other than that, it's dumb.
They should have done the same thing, but in 9mm.
Yeah. Did you know that? So apparently the barrel is like a roller locking system or something like that.
It's a camming system.
Yeah.
Yeah, which when they kind of walked through, they were like, it's for reliability, it's great for rigidity, for all this stuff. They explain why it was great. I'm not that scientific, so you probably know better than I. But I mean, it seems good, I guess, and stuff. If you chamber and open, it'll eject the extra. Have to double stripper them, shove directly to pipe, but you're correct. Chat is accurate. So, okay, so what you have to do, when you load 30 rounds into a PMag, you can take your finger, push it down, and it still goes down like about the size of half a round. In this
Yeah.
case, what you would do is you load either by hand or 2 10-round stripper clips, right? And you fill up the magazine. What you would do is, I'm just saying, there's a couple videos that are showing it being loaded. Put your finger like this, push down the round, drop one in the chamber, and start moving the slide over the 20 rounds, and then drop it on the live round in the magazine. Now, in a lot of cases, you probably don't want to do that, because if Glocks and all these other guns, like you see people do it all the time, they're not designed to do that. They're not designed to have the extractor slam down on a round in the chamber. Can it? Absolutely. You can singularly drop a round of ammo into the chamber and then slam the slide down. However, Glocks, I think you'd probably be okay. Some other guns, or even Glocks, eventually will break. It is designed to pick up the round off the magazine, and that starts to move the extractor. And then when it closes, the extractor claw closes on the base of the round. If you're slamming it down on a flat face, then you're putting so much unnecessary pressure on the extractor. So just a thought. I'm not saying that I would rather run 20 rounds in it than 21, just because it may add some undue pressure or stress onto the extractor that's probably unnecessary, and it's a Keltec. So, and I own multiple Keltecs. All right, I'm just saying.
I don't own not one.
You don't own one Keltec.
No.
You don't have any like that fell.
I told you I look at them as tools.
Yeah, Keltecs run. You don't have Keltecs that like fell into the cushions of your couch or anything like that? No?
Okay, check this out. You're talking about for states, right? For the, the state stuff. So this right here is by CMMG, which is by far one of the coolest manufacturers out there. I love CMMG.
We know a guy. Don't we know a guy with CMMG?
No, I don't think so.
No. Just kidding, Mike. We love you.
But yeah, CMMG is by far one of the most innovative companies out there, and they're doing stuff like this too to help out people in states like that, like you were talking about. So this is basically a ranch rifle for the most part that is using their descent bufferless system here, and it basically will still use, like this one is a 47 version, so it still uses an AK magazine, still uses 7.62 by 39, but it is a compliant almost to the regular state stuff, and you can use like regular 870 stocks on it and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Nice. That's pretty dope.
So you can still use it in states where they don't allow stuff like that.
That would be an excellent like ranch rifle for a 30 cal round. Dude, I used to when I worked at a gun shop, I would have dudes coming in all the time that some of them would use AKs, some of them would use SKSs, some of them would use like one of the guys had a CZ bolt gun in 7.62 by 39.
Yeah.
Dude, if you have ever seen what a deer does when you
Mm.
put a 123 grain Hornady VMAX into their vitals, they don't get hit and then run off and then bleed out later.
Yeah.
They literally drop
Drop.
where they are. Straight up drop. It is incredible to see. So for anyone out there, if you're, see this can accept higher capacity magazines, but
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
in some states where they're kind of limited to maybe it comes with a 5-round mag or a 10-round mag or whatever it is.
Yeah, it can be the larger ones.
Yeah, I like that about this. Some states may still try to can it because, they're dirtbags, but and they just hate freedom. But I think this would be an excellent ranch rifle, hunting rifle.
I think he's probably talking about it right here. Let me turn it on.
Yeah.
So only 7.62 by 39. It is going to ship with two 10-round 7.62 by 39 mags. Yes, I know 10 rounds aren't that awesome, but we want it to be able to ship to as many places as possible. But any AK magazine will work in it, so you can grab extra 30-round magazines if your state allows it and have even more fun with it. But with it also being a compliant rifle, the other side feature that is just incredible about it, it's so much more than just a compliant gun. It is also an incredible ranch style rifle. So you have that familiarity that you do with a normal or traditional style rifle, but you have the modern aesthetics and everything of the Descent lineup. So you have the compact action system, bufferless, you have the front reversible side charger, you have, depending on the barrel length you choose, either the new SVD brake or a 14.3 pin and welded brake that takes our Defcan suppressors, the monolithic upper, all the zeroed accessories, including the trigger. Incredible new addition to the BR lineup, but a continuation of the Mark 47 lineup, available for pre-order right now. So guys,
so they do other calibers and stuff too, which is pretty awesome.
That dude, that's fire. I like that. Like out here, you can't hunt with a 5.56, so something like that in 7.62 by 39 would be awesome. Lynchpin says, shot a deer with a Mosin. Mofo did a front flip. Dang. Putang. So I went down a bit. Of a PR57 rabbit hole. One legal in Australia, allegedly due to no magazine and 22 caliber. Oh snap! That's right, because it's a 5.7. Two, how do you unload it if you don't want to fire the rest of the rounds? Rack all the rounds. You could rack all the rounds, or I'm sure you could kind of start to, pick each one out and pull it up. But that would be ridiculous. I would probably just hand rack all of them out, or just empty it into a pile of trash, something like that.
Yeah, just what they are. But anyway,
yeah. Me says 30-06 165 grain does the same thing.
Ooh.
Yeah, I bet. So a FUD AR, got it. I mean, yeah. But the idea is that it can go places that regular ARs cannot,
and still give you the same things that you can do with AR as far as mounting stuff and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And also, like, dude, a lot of these places that have these strange restrictions, they say, like, if you have an adjustable buttstock and a threaded barrel and a bayonet lug and a secondary pistol grip and all that, then you can't have a high capacity magazine or all of these features, or you can only have 2 or 3 of these features.
Yeah,
so
like a point set or whatever.
Exactly. So this way you remove the adjustable buttstock, but you can still, adjust it to, you can add those mag pull pieces to, for your comfort. So you don't have an adjustable buttstock. You don't have a secondary pistol, or primary pistol grip where the trigger is. You don't have a secondary vertical grip pistol grip either, but that may be a thing in only some states. But then also it allows you to still have a threaded barrel, and it allows you to still take a standard capacity magazine. I think that's awesome.
Red Dawn says ARs can go anywhere if you're a free man.
Yeah, this is true. You could also end up like homeboy out in New York. They got charged with over 1,000 felonies for doing free men not asking question bull stuff. DLD, what's up, John Crump News? Great to see you. Appreciate you sliding through. Sorry we didn't get to meet in person, even though you're like basically a neighbor of mine.
10 miles down the road.
Yeah, basically. Washington is the only state not allowed. Washington is whack. They literally allow drug usage. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I saw John Crump twice already this week. Best week ever. Wish I could have seen you. It looks like what you're handling there is something similar to this. Is that the case? Dang. Yeah, this is
knives there.
Is that the co-pilot?
That is the co-pilot.
Dude, I'm literally holding a co-pilot in my hands right here. What if I were to like pull up this crazy new addition to Definition Knives that is not available yet and is not going to be available for a little while, but check this. You can reverse flick a
Careful when I close it.
Yeah,
so
dude.
Sharp.
There have been people that have bodied themselves with this. And not only an FDE, but an OD green as well. Ayo, super duper low pocket clip. So just the tip sticks out, and then bam, you got your harpoon. Oh man, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Right now we're looking at reinforcing this and adding some steel inside. This is currently 8CR13 MOV steel. I'm looking at doing this in 154 CM and maybe D2. I don't know what direction we're going to go, but since Red Dawn Readiness is in chat, what about that wood grain G10 with the red liner right there with that black coated D2 blade? Bro, this thing is nice, and it's just like, dude, it's super smooth.
It's got a little flipper on the outside of it, like a
in
the easy open. That's nice. Love those,
dude. A lot of
just not used to this kind, honestly. Like I'm used to the flipper, you know.
It takes a little bit. Man, you know what? I'm going to show it.
But I am getting used to I carry the Journalist. That's one I usually carry all the time because it's bigger. I'm getting used to flicking that one out.
I do. The Journalist is awesome. This one is a pet project of mine. I love it because it's got denim pattern in the G10, but also the reason why this one is so special is because I have not ever seen this blade profile ever. What we wanted to do was take, by the way, this is all Definition Knives stuff that I'm not supposed to be showing anyone. Sorry. And for those of you that like the co-pilot kind of design, you know what I'm saying? But like frame locks, ayo, hold on. But yeah, sorry, there's going to be a bunch of colors. But the cool thing about this is we wanted to take a Tonto and a drop point blade shape and marry them together. So we did that. This is a flipper liner lock. All right. Look how gorgeous that blade is, dude.
That is rad.
Dude, and the G10 with that denim kind of thing. So it's got a secondary point like a Tonto, but it's shaped like a drop point. This is kind of something that we're playing with here, and man, it's just beautiful.
It looks sick.
And
it really
the
does.
weight of it. Thank you, man. The weight of it is great. The feel of it. We wanted to
all the same smoothness to it.
Oh yeah, super smooth. And we wanted to give it like more of like a I don't know what the look would be like described as, but like kind of an elegant look. We sized the G10 a hair under the size of the frame. So the frame kind of extends beyond the G10
So it's kind
and
of like
it
an
just
outline.
yeah, and it gives it like this really elegant look to it and it's just I don't know. This one is special. So we're working on that. Also, I shouldn't share too much, but here's another one that has blue hardware, carbon fiber, but it is a frame lock. And bro, this thing, like you don't
No,
even need to like flick it. It's just like, like,
yeah.
dude. Here, I'll see if I can open it by not moving it at all and just using the flipper. Oh, so close, so close. Hold on, let's try this again. Yeah, there you go. This is like that CEO style, super super small, thin, narrow, and it's a little guy.
Can't even tell you wearing it.
Yeah, I know, right? Also working on some other unique blade profiles, but we'll show that one another time.
Dude, I love mine. Honestly, like I literally carry it. That's the reason why I don't have it on me right now because it's up in my pants. Because as guys, we all know that we just take our pants off and wear them again the next day, right?
Where are your pants, Josh?
They're upstairs. Oh yeah, I mean I'm wearing pants, but I don't have
Different
those.
pants. Okay.
Yeah, different
Gotcha,
pants. I got some
gotcha.
pants on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reason why is because it's in my pants right now. Like I carry it every single day. That's the one I use all the time.
Especially like when you're wearing a gun belt on your pants. When you take your pants off, they kind of stay like tough, like a cowboy lasso. You can just hang them up like on a hook.
Basically, yeah,
Yeah.
that's really what I do. Ooh, nice.
Now this one is special.
Oh,
Frame
yeah,
lock. And look how thick that
thick
thing
boy.
is. It's
Yeah.
like 5.5 millimeters. It is extremely thick.
That's what
But
I'm talking about.
it's a little guy and it's a frame lock. That thing it comes out with a vengeance. So I won't move it at all. I'll just flick
Ooh,
it.
yeah, that's awesome.
It's got that Warncliffe shaped blade, and it wouldn't be definition knives if we didn't bring it out in multiple colors. That also has the carbon fiber with the G10 fused together, frame lock, and stainless. Dude, we're working on stuff, guys. We're working. Definition Knives is working on bringing out some fire, and you know, there are reasons for everything too. So like in a lot of cases, a knife that's under 3 inches can be carried in a lot of places. That yes. So I just got a text from my brother. So under 3 inches, in a lot of places you can carry a knife this is 2.9 inches. So this cannot be considered a weapon. It's just a utilitarian, tool. That's all it is. Yeah. So there's another one. I can't show that one yet. There's another few, but we're working on stuff, y'all. So just be patient.
It's a coming.
Ooh, woo! Be patient, and you might see some fire stuff coming up soon. With definition knives.
Hey man, I don't even know if I got sound effects on here, but I don't even know if you can hear them.
Definition knives.
It's been a long time since I used these. Yeah, that's my transitional stuff.
Nice. I remember hearing all that.
Yeah, when we did podcast, yeah.
Yeah, back when you used to do podcasts.
Yeah, I don't do it anymore.
Vegas.
Vegas.
Hey, what's up? What you doing?
In Vegas.
In
You know
Vegas.
what?
We're in
I
Vegas. We're
figured.
fucking we're doing things and stuff.
Yeah,
Nice.
you doing
Can't
things?
say what we're doing, but we're doing things.
Yeah, we're doing things and stuff. We can't absolutely talk about all that. Josh,
Okay.
I met your brother
Oh, you did?
Yeah, hung out with him a couple times.
last night. I met him.
What do you think? Turd or what?
He's cool. He's cool. He's cool.
He's a lot cooler than you.
I didn't say that.
Dang.
I don't know. I think that Josh is cool.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
He's not as timid.
Yeah.
So where you
I
guys?
think you're right.
going to?
This Josh isn't as timid.
Heading over,
The Josh I met last night, he's a little timid. It's
Yeah, a
fine.
little bit.
heading over to the circle bar. That's where I'm going. I don't know where you're going.
We're gonna go put this stuff away. I might stop by the Circle Bar and do
Yeah.
some foolery.
If you do go to the Circle Bar, make sure you tell Brandon Herrera the DLD says what's up.
All right.
Oh, Clint Morgan was
Yeah.
rocking the DK1. I have a video.
Yeah,
of
he
it.
was.
Yes,
I seen him and I said, "Wait a minute, you don't know who I am, but I need this." And I was like, "This man has a pocket knife." And I went and look, I got you.
nice, dude.
Hey, your business is about to pick up. The bridge frames are coming back.
The bridge frames are coming back.
Yeah, someone bought all their.
I know.
Someone bought all their inventory.
Two letters.
Yeah, someone bought all their inventory and they're gonna
That's DLD.
and they're
Yeah.
gonna
Screaming right now.
and they're gonna release it.
Yeah. Yo.
What up, cuz? What up?
What up?
You like that? Wait, hold on.
Good knowledge.
I need to fix my hair.
Oh,
Love you.
yuck.
I love you too.
All
All right,
man.
guys. I'm gonna head down to the burger bar.
Have
Next
fun.
year,
Year,
man. Next
We're
year.
getting close to copyrighted music, so I don't want to get you hung up.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right, later, guys.
Anyway,
President.
did you say Trump for president?
I don't know.
Does he not know?
Did
Does
he
he
not know
not?
that already happened?
Yeah, you're late.
Man, next year I'm definitely going for sure.
Yeah.
If I
So
don't have
okay,
another kill him with.
so that's true too. God has blessed you. Your bounty is bountiful.
Absolutely.
So just to let you know, you get that. Just to let you guys know. Sorry, like I said, words are hard. There are people selling bridge frames right now, literally right now. There were a couple companies there were more than a couple. There were a handful of companies that bought out all of the supply from Polymer 80. They all think they bought all of it, but there's no way that they're not out there if I'm still selling at least 10 single pin jigs a day, and obviously I'm also selling regular full size jigs too. They are out there. You can purchase them. I don't personally think it's a good idea because I think the ATF is going to go after those companies. But hey, they're out there. I can sell jigs lawfully, and I sell jigs lawfully. DLDhardware.com. But I do think that the ATF is going to eventually go after those companies. So just keep that in mind. Do with that what you will. However, people are saying, well, all those companies that bought the rest of Polymer 80's inventory of all their bridge frames, like one day that will be dried up and one day that will all go away. Yes. And could it be that someone out there may have purchased the molds from these companies? Not even just Polymer 80, maybe the other companies that were supposed to keep stuff on the hush hush that still had molds that could, whoopsie daisies, they're gone, they're missing. I don't know what happened to them, or get out a bunch of other, I don't know. All I'm saying is that I would not expect those frames to go anywhere anytime soon. And if you do need help doing your, my laptop is about to die. I didn't realize that it wasn't plugged in this whole time. If you do need help doing your bridge frame, you need to go to Freedom Crew University, because that is the only place where you can get a full absolute 100% step-by-step process through the whole process of a bridge frame or the 76% bridge frame. Just done it with perfection. It's Marine Gun Builder, so you know how he does things.
They said he said Crump for president.
I wouldn't be against that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nighty night to my brother out there. Thank you for being here and engaging and all that. Appreciate you. Hey, Sporty. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
There you
go. Could I strike the mold? I don't know what that means. What I'm talking about is there may be companies out there that may have had access to the molds that could then go on and do a bunch of injection molding and selling frames, and even have them marked with all of Polymer 80's markings and be like, oh, these are the ones that we bought from you. That's what I'm saying. Do I know that people would do such things? Absolutely not. Have I heard of anyone saying that? Of course not. That would be crazy. I'm just saying. Industrial Jester, welcome. Actually, I don't know who that is, but welcome. Hey, DLD. Hope you're doing well. Salute. Thank you. That was very kind.
Doing good.
We'll know about June, July on Garland v. Vanderstock when all this BS is over with. I think we may hear by like March. March? What do you think? March? I think March. DLD, did you see Tesla making an SS model?
No. That's funny. You get it?
No, I'm not a car guy. I don't get
it. When he was doing the thing.
Yeah. I think he's just a really weird, awkward dude. And
I think that. No, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're probably gonna say the same thing, but go ahead.
I was basically saying that he's from South Africa. He's very, very like almost, dare I say, autistic, maybe even a little bit.
I think he is. I think he has come out and he said he has Asperger's.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not uncommon that they do weird things. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that he was. A lot of people don't show what he was doing, and in that moment, he was saying, He said, I actually think he even said, like, I give my heart to you guys, and he put his hand on his chest, and then he did that, like, and he did it a couple of times. Like, it wasn't saying like, and I'm not saying anybody here doesn't think that, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that so that makes more sense. I didn't see the part that he said, I give my heart to you guys. That makes way more sense.
He was like, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and he put his hand on his chest, and that's when he did that.
Oh, okay. You say my heart goes out to you all. Yeah, of course. It's like if you guys don't know, there was a video at some point where somebody that we all know was saying,
we already have.
All right, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to let him say that because I know we're on your channel too. But he dropped the N-bomb. Yeah.
Who did?
And Joe Biden.
Well, yeah, we know he did. I thought you meant like what's his face did.
No. I'm saying
we already have.
So like that instance, he was reading someone else's quote, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But if we were just as dirtbaggish as they were, then we would just take that out of context and be like, oh, look at the bad thing that he's saying. But they do the same exact thing.
Yeah.
I do not believe that that oh my goodness. Tesla guy. Elon Musk. Tesla guy.
Don was quoting what I said. I mean, he is from South Africa, so that does make him a little weird, like as far as the way he acts with American people
compared to Western ways. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, I don't know. We all know. You know what I'm saying? We all. Yeah.
He said I use black on black. Says I use straight wave all the time. Okay. But yeah. So this is from PSA. And it looks like they're going to make a 2011 also.
I wonder if it's going to be drop safe.
I hope it's on the Series 80, but who knows?
Yeah.
They're going through all their stuff that they're making.
Some people are saying
that is a Saber 11 is what it's called.
Saber 11
So it's
because
in their
they,
Saber lineup of things.
yeah, they couldn't say 2011, they couldn't say 2033, they couldn't say 2311. They had to pick something else, you know.
Yeah. Their Saber line's actually not that bad. Like I like their Saber line.
Yeah, I think their Saber AR line is just not their stuff. You know what I mean?
What do you
Like
mean?
it's so okay, when they advertised the Saber 11.5 inch and they dropped this huge video and that's the other
That's
thing that we should have talked
look,
about, the 50 BMG.
yeah.
Yeah. With like that's a 20 round drum magazine
Yeah.
in it.
Is that the drum magazine from Fattac?
No, no, it's a different one.
Is that theirs?
I think it's theirs. I think it belongs to them. Oh no,
Because I
you
know
know what?
Fattac just made one.
I think you might be right. I think that is so that takes Barrett mags.
Looks like it.
You know, Barrett is just an incredible name. It's got a ring to it.
It really does.
It really does. Yeah, I mean, hey, Barrett at home, I'm all about that, dude. Especially if it's cost reduction compared to a traditional Barrett, dude.
Yeah.
As many 50 BMGs as we can get in the civilian populace is possible. I'm all about it.
Man, that's cool. I mean, it seems like everybody's doing this though. Like this is all the new hotness. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Yeah.
I guess they gotta have something to cling on to. Something's something's got to be seem like it's new and innovative when it's really just old rehashed crap all over again.
Can we talk about which it kind of is, right? Because the 1911 is
Yeah,
dude,
absolutely.
and so a couple things I want to bring up that are not going to be very popular. You know, a lot of people talking about the 1911 and 45 ACP as like two world wars, and I think they're forgetting that 9mm was also there, right? Like 9mm was in the fight too, guys. Don't forget that, all right? 9mm could absolutely be a two world war argument as well. Also, CZ, what are you doing? What are you doing? CZ literally discontinued the CZ Evo 3 S1,
Really?
the Evo Scorpion 3 S1, whatever. Yes, it takes Barrett mags. Thank you, Safety Harbor Firearms. Appreciate that.
Check this out. PSA's doing a charger
A
or a 1022.
1022. Nice.
It's taking Ruger 1022 mags. That's pretty sweet.
That's definitely
Little
cool.
folder on the back of it.
Man, I always wanted to 3D print a 1022 and I have not. And that's like the one gun that I don't have that like every human being should
A
have.
1022.
Dude, that guy dry firing that 22 in the background just bothers me. Don't you know you cannot dry fire, rim fire guns? Come on, man. Sorry, my bad.
There's that Barrett Barrett knockoff, whatever you want to call
It
Saber.
does.
Saber Lancet 50 B&G.
It does bother me that depending on how that's priced, that may start to cut into Walt with Safety Harbor's market, and I don't like that because he makes 50 BMGs that fit on AR lowers, and
Look at that. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
that's cool. No, it's all good. It's all good.
That's a Ruger, basically the Ruger Mark IV.
Yeah,
the PSA
the
version.
2245. Yeah.
So you can basically just put the can on the end of it and unscrew it and all that stuff. So what is PSA's motto? I guess their PSA's motto is just like, let's make everybody else's stuff.
I mean, it seems that way,
for everybody.
Dude. I mean, look at their Saber AR. That's what I was mentioning. The Saber AR is all of it is not their stuff, you know. And I think that's just ridiculous. So anybody out there, anybody that knows how to properly assemble a very good AR out of other people's stuff, could now just market it as their own, right? If you go back when they were going over that 11.5 AR that they dropped. The Saber AR has a Radian Raptor charging handle. It has a BCM this. It's got a 11.5-inch FN barrel. It's got like everything that they listed was another company's products, and it's like I don't see what, like, the only thing getting in between you guys out there and you building that gun for less is PSA. If you guys were to just purchase those parts at, onesie twosies or a reduced rate or get them used or whatever, you could literally build the same thing, So I don't know. Maybe I'm just a whiny little bee, but there's that. I'm also upset. Not upset. I think it was a bad decision. I don't really get upset about too much nowadays, but I think it was a bad decision for CZ to literally just cancel the Scorpion Evo 3 S1. That was a terrible idea, and now they're only making that stupid Evo Plus, which, if I recall correctly, doesn't even take the same magazines. Like,
I never got into them, so to me, honestly, I was just like, I'd rather just have a Glock mag 9mm, like AR, like AR-9 or whatever.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
That's just me. I would just rather just like I have a Banshee. I have a 5-inch Banshee, and it's awesome because it takes Glock mags, and I have a ton of them. And it's just I would rather just have something that small already take Glock mags. If it took Glock mags, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I mean, dude, I don't know. I think that if a company out there existed that could make a new CZ lower that made it take Glock mags, but again, those are double stacked, double feed, so those wouldn't even work.
The one that I had, man, it was very plastic. It was like everything on it was plastic, so it was super light, but it was so plasticky. That's one of the other reasons why I didn't like it.
What was the Scorpion? Yeah. I mean, it's very plasticky. I have one. It's a fun gun. Yeah. But now that with the MP5, I have no use for the Scorpion. I do, I appreciate it. I got the binary trigger in it. It's lots of fun, but and it's a proven system, like it is a Czechoslovakian SWAT law enforcement military firearm, so it is proven. It's way over engineered as far as like the bolt goes, but you're right, the rest of it is polymer, which is good when it comes to the 3D printing world, because people can literally just 3D print a Scorpion. But anyway, so there's that. What was the other thing I was crying about? I was crying about something else. Hold on. Let's see. Keltec PR57, the PSA 50 cal, the PSA T28 FAL, the Glock Aimpoint collab, the Koa, the CZ Bren 3. The CZ Bren 3 did look pretty dope. The M&P steel frame, not aluminum. Whatever, all that stuff.
So we talked about a lot of it then.
Yeah, we definitely did. I can't recall. There was something else I was going to complain about. So the Evo 3, I think, never should have been taken out of commission. I think the I can't remember. Whatever. What's up, Rich? Welcome back. The FGC Scorpion. Let's see. Oh, dang. So this is the FGC 9, which stands for F gun control 9. But it's the new version that takes Scorpion mags, and that is made with 0 gun parts. Literally 0 gun parts. Man, that's so cool. Is that so? It's all 3D printed. It's all 3D printed. So in places where gun control is like ridiculous, you can 3D print it completely. Even that SBA3 is printed.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
So places that are, and that's what the FGC was originally designed for. You can buy a wind chimes kit that does have parts in it. It takes standard AR-15 FGs, FGs, fire control FCGs, but you can also print the trigger and hammer, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. VSS 300 blackout, Scorpion costs too much for a plastic gun like that, though. So when I got my Scorpion, it was like 700 something bucks. So it was way more reasonable. Aren't they like all over $1,000 now?
Probably. I would assume so.
I think they are. It's crazy.
Have you ever shot POF products?
POF? A couple. Not a whole lot though.
So I have a Minuteman, and the reason why I have that is because they have the E-square technology that they keep in their chambers, or that comes in their chambers.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it has slits down the middle of, or on all four sides of it, they're diagonal from each other, and it allows the gas to come back into the chamber a little bit and push the cartridge out, or it helps to push the cartridge out. So basically, nothing's ever going to get stuck in there. And that's really cool. But POF has something new for SHOT Show 25, but I couldn't remember what it was.
Sporting rifle field, choosing not to close.
Yeah, let's see what it is here. Do you think I should play that or no?
Sure.
I played Jaeger.
But improve the classic AR-15 design with a slew of patented upgrades. The light modular rifle is built on POF's award-winning small-frame 308 Winchester design. It uses a direct gas impingement operating system and features several of POF's patented innovations.
Whoa, hold on. Are you telling me that they developed a direct impingement AR?
What do you mean?
I'm just kidding. Sorry. It's a joke.
That's 308 though.
It does look like it's some type of AR-10 platform.
Roller cam pin and anti-tilt buffer tube. The barrel is 16.5 inches and is made of 416R stainless.
That appears to be 5.56, but it almost looks like a rendering. It doesn't look like a picture.
The steel and its muzzle threaded. A mid-length gas system connects to a non-adjustable low-profile gas block. Furniture's an A2 style pistol grip, MFT minimalist buttstock, and 15-inch free-floating handguard with M-lock slots at the 3, 6, and 9 o'clock positions, and an M1913 rail along its entire upper surface. The LMR base has an MSRP of $1,359. California compliant models with a MFT Engage featureless grip, pinned MFT minimalist stock, and 10-round magazine have an MSRP of $1,399. A highlight of shot.
I don't understand what's new about them.
That looks excuse me. That looks like some type of AR-10 308 6.5, or it could be 8.6 blackout. Here, just real quick before I just want to show this. Rich sent me a picture from Nopal's table.
Oh wow!
And you know how that's made?
3D printed.
That is 3D printed. It is built with 6 AR barrels, and the links are 3D printed as well. Wow. And Rich has every single thing done to build that, and he just hasn't put it together.
Really? Why?
Rich, what are you doing? Dude, look, I got a bunch of stuff just sitting around doing nothing too. I know how it gets.
I get it. That's that stupid Caltech.
Silly little Caltech.
Some Henry stuff, which it all looks the same. I mean, but Henry does have a really light thing coming out that's like all carbon fiber and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's one other thing I wanted to show. Remind me to say carbon fiber, but go ahead.
I think this is it.
Night finish model 1854 Stealth Hunter lever action rifles come equipped with an extended 10.5-inch Picatinny rail for mounting optics, a new T6 aluminum forend with 15 M-lock compatible slots for attaching accessories, a high-vis H3 fiber optic front sight, Excess sights, adjustable rear gun.
That's not what I was thinking it was.
In 44 Magnum, 357 Magnum, and 45 long Colt with 8-round capacity for $1,399 MSRP. Bolt action has the same precision shooting capability as HM's other rifles. Compared to the first generation rifle that had an M16A2 pattern buffer tube and came with a Magpul PRS stock, the Gen 2 HM. The bottom portion of the stock is designed to work as a bag rider, but it can also be fitted with a Picatinny rail section for attaching monopods.
Who was that by?
Moreover, the HM50B2 rifle now has a more robust bolt handling mounting system that makes servicing the rifle more efficient, as well as lightened and more modern looking rail and receivers. The HM Defense HM50B2 rifle has a 29.25-inch match-grade button-rifled barrel threaded for a suppressor.
Never heard of them.
The 14-inch free-floated handguard, as well as the upper and lower receivers, are
Is it by
CNC machined out of
H&R?
aluminum.
No, it says
Aluminum parts are
HM.
cerakoted with black, tungsten,
HM.
and
HM Defense or something like that.
FDE color options available.
Let's see.
Right side.
So,
rifle also
hold on real
features
quick. Sorry.
team
Red
design
Dawn
with a slew.
says, sorry, real quick. It says Red Dawn says it looks like everyone has gone with 338 over 86 Blackout, and the 338 Spectre won out the battle. Dude, 338 Spectre is awesome. It is a huge wallop of a cartridge in a very, very small package, but it will not win the battle over 86 Blackout. I know a lot of people are talking about it like it's new, but there were people talking about that cartridge like 2 years ago. I'm telling you, 8.6 will win in the long haul. It's impossible. Dude, 8.6 supers were literally going through level 4 prime armor plates, brand new out of the bag.
Wow.
Like, it is insane. And the subs seem just as quiet, if not quieter, than subsonic 300 Blackouts. It is just like incredible. And
Wow.
it's in an AR-10 platform.
You
I
said
think it'll win.
Defense.
Oh, HN Defense. Okay. That is cool. I do think that's cool. I do think there are a lot of companies making some mistakes over what I've seen so far with SHOT Show 2025. But what's your outtake or outlook on all this?
I think that a lot of people are just, they have to have something to come out, right? Like that's the name of the game. You gotta have something new. You gotta have something to come out. So they changed like in my opinion, Glock I love Glock. I carry Glock every single day, but I really think that they should have by now done something modular, done something that everybody wants or whatever. Cause that's what everybody wants, man. I don't really necessarily care about it, but everybody wants it. And if I guess the reason why they don't is because they're like, we're going to sell them anyway. So who cares? Why mess with it if we're going to sell them anyway? But I think that you got to have something new. So they're just coming out with like literally anything they can. Now, I think PSA personally has came out with a lot of cool stuff over the last couple of years. And I think that they're pushing their brand to the limit all the time. I think so. And whether those things are successful or not is a different story. But I think they are pushing it. And they're constantly coming out, and they're doing like the polls and stuff like that. They're constantly coming out with like, hey, what do you want to say? Hey, what do you want us to do? So I think it's cool that they come out with, it's not just like another AR, another, what I'm saying? Like it's something different all the time. CMMG is another one of those things, another one of those companies where they come out with something new all the time. And it's not the same old thing. Like, of course, they had the Resolute and the Endeavor, and then they had the Banshee, and then they come out with the Descent, and then, they just cool stuff all the time.
Yeah, and dude, I will say, like, looking at all because we were talking about Rattler, I want a Rattler very badly for a bag gun with a 5.5-inch barrel that can fold up with a bufferless design. It can fold up to be about the size of an MP5K, but it shoots a freaking rifle cartridge, and it's one of the baddest guns out there for that size, especially with the 1-to-5 twist. It's a performer. But after talking about it, and I was like, well, what other options are out there on the market that are even remotely close. And people could say like, well, the PSA Jackal. Well, no, not really, because the shortest they go is 8.5 inch, and it's not a 1-to-5 twist. So you're not maximizing the shortness of a package with a change in rifling in the barrel that's giving you better ballistics out of a smaller package, which I think that's very innovative for SIG and Q and some other companies that came out doing it too, to do, right? But I think that after going through all the stuff that's on the market, the only other company that had something even remotely close that's I would say duty grade was the CMG Descent. And I think it's impressive. And I also think that if you look at all of the guns that you can fit in a backpack, and the benefit that gives you, like we talk about like church guns, right? Like guns that you can go grab out of a bag if you need to, God forbid, ever reach out a little bit further than your pistol. I mean, dude, a micro 300 blackout with a piston gun with no buffer, and that's tits.
I know. That's my main. I'm trying to switch mine from 9mm to something a little bit heavier right now, and I'm trying to decide what to do. But this is something from Q that came out with. I don't know exactly what it is because I didn't get to watch the whole thing earlier.
Is that the boombox?
I don't know. You want to play it? I'll play it and see what.
I'm talking. Let's get to it. All right, guys. You know who I'm with. Obviously, Mitch from Q.
His favorite Q engineer.
My favorite ever. Absolutely. In the world. So, Mitch, what do I got here, man?
We got the Honey Badger 5.56. It's just the greatest little 5.56. 9.69 inch barrel.
If it wasn't,
it just worked out.
9.69, you said.
It worked out convenient.
You would know nothing about
that. Like, it's weird. Like, that's just kind of how it happened. Is 9.69.
I'm sure
it just we planned that or anything. It was great because when Nick and I were laying out the gun, we were like, we want to do like a 10.5. We want to be a little shorter than everybody else's. And we like both paused and looked at each other and we're like, it's got to be 9.69. It's got to be.
Like Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, so Honey Badger 5.56, it's got our 2-piece carrier with the tungsten mass inside the back of the carrier, which makes it super reliable. And
You know what I'm going to guess? And this is using the same kind of theories that we were just talking about with a 5.5 inch barrel with a 1-to-5 twist. I'm going to guess that being a 5.56, this is a 9.69 inch barrel with a 1-to-9 twist.
Probably.
So let's see what they say, because that gives the
5.6 and an auto. And then on the end of that little bad boy is the new lefty that we're working on. So
tell me about that.
So, the industry is going towards flow through cans, which, we don't love them because it's generally just a loud can, but it does reduce your cyclic rate and reduce back pressure. So it's something, we've had military interest on and we've talked a lot. So we've got a 3D printed core and then a little bit larger of an aperture at the end to help with less back pressure and a little bit decrease in cyclic rate. So it's just an awesome, lightweight little package that's super durable.
Cool. Can I shoot it?
Hell yeah. Did you get all those misses on film or no?
Give me this thing.
Let's see if he hits anything.
Yes.
We're done here.
The funny thing is he doesn't know we didn't zero the guns.
Fucking Jackson killing it today. Yeah, that's all you, brother. I know. What's going on? Which we got here?
You got my favorite crater getter.
Okay.
Little,
I love this thing.
Small animals, big animals. It doesn't care. It kills everything. But no, this is just our flagship. 8-inch fix and 8.6. So
shoots so well.
It's so fun to shoot.
At the demo ranch day. Remember?
Oh yeah. It's like subsonic for men.
Yeah.
Like 8.6 is just the funnest caliber to shoot, and then you can go kill Cape Buffalo with it. It's nuts. I'm going to say this like out loud. Kevin owes me a Cape Buffalo. He promised me Nick got it.
So
Nick got to shoot a Cape Buffalo with this gun. He shot a cow this last trip we were over in Africa with subs.
What's the distance?
We were about 60 yards with that one.
Dude, that's insane. If you were to put a super
Yeah, I have everything
for that,
in a boombox right now. So
you have an extremely capable platform with a super, an 8.6 super. Dude, I'm telling you, man, look, I'm not an 8.6 guy. I'm not going to go out and get a bunch of 8.6 stuff. I think it's crazy expensive. I think it's just nuts. But the capabilities of that is impressive for sure.
Yeah.
I got to shoot the Q boombox, which is essentially the Honey Badger in 8.6. It's an AR-10 Honey Badger in 8.6, and man, it's nasty stuff.
I haven't shot one yet. I need to.
I know. Honestly, all that stuff I got personally. Like you know, like I bought the short time.
Yes,
I miss that
100%
feeling.
Red Dawn.
It is so freaking good. Yeah.
It's a fun gun.
So
Moving on down the line, we got the boombox, the one, the only.
This is the one, right?
Yeah. There she is. So there's your 12-inch boombox. So that's what we're shipping right now. And down the line, I've got some examples of the first 8-inch guns. Like you got to run that one 8-inch gun at the shoot we did. So, and then I got a few other little variations to show off too. But why don't you give that one a run?
Let's do it. All right, now the boombox time. If you guys don't know what CF Contest is, check out CF Contest. Google it. You'll know what I'm talking about. I mean, read between the lines. Q, boombox, night visions, helmets, all kinds of stuff. All right.
Dude. That's just crazy to know that it's basically like a school bus projectile.
That looks.
Is that what?
Yeah, to know that like the dude is basically throwing a school bus downrange. You know what I mean? It is a massive projectile. It's incredible. And Red Dawn, I totally agree 100%. Red Dawn says, before I sign off, I would have been happier if everyone made a 5-inch 1-to-5 twist bufferless 300 blackout this year. I could do without 90% of the stuff that has been dropped this year.
Yeah.
If they just came out with practical stuff. And dude, honestly, you know what? I wish there was a platform like that we could use 5.56 with standard AR mags with. But that just currently doesn't exist. Maybe that's what we need to make. I don't know. Sorry.
For real. Oh, that's
down
cool.
the line, but then this bad boy is our new 30 cal steel can. So it's the same stainless steel baffle technology that we use in the pork chop and the short chop. We're doing in the 30 cal can. So the wall thickness is thinner because it's steel, so we can get the cans lighter and more volume internal since the baffles are so thin. So this bad boy, like you've never heard anything like it. I'm so excited for this can. We just were doing some sound testing on it right before we came here, and like I came back from the range all giddy because I'm like, hot damn, that thing's quiet. Like,
well, let me try it.
Yeah, give it a whirl.
All right. This is insane.
So do you know the full Nelson, our one of our first cans that we did? It's a direct thread, really long. Like everybody loves the full Nelson, right? Because it's super quiet.
Yeah.
So the idea with this can is it's shorter and lighter than a full Nelson and quieter with a cherry bomb attachment. So
dude, it's insane.
It's
like
incredible.
Jason, you got to shoot this thing.
I'm down, bro.
But yeah, I mean, there's some cool stuff at Q, man.
Yeah, they're doing some cool stuff. The only thing, and I genuinely mean this, I'm not trying to be any kind of way, especially for the price. I don't know if their stuff is like duty grade, and I'm not saying that because I don't think it is. I'm saying I don't know.
No. Yeah.
I would love to be able to, either see somebody push just a buttload of rounds and see some accelerated wear videos, and but it seems like most people that get Q products don't run them as hard as some of us run our equipment.
Yeah, for
you know?
sure. Yeah, I think so too. It's like more of like a play pretty.
Yeah, yeah. Gorgeous clear ano, like impeccable finish. It's just one of those guns that are like, man, that's gorgeous. Is it a hard use tool?
And dude, I like the stocks and stuff that come with them, or the braces or whatever they are. I think most of them are stocks, right? Um, they're awesome. And as far as
Yeah.
like being pushed up really short, I mean, it is practical as
Yeah.
long as you would use it as a practical tool, like you said, for a church bag or something like that, or even just walking around with it, like whatever.
Yeah.
Totally useful, totally practical to use, and you should honestly.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, dude, looking at like a lot of the other guns on the market, like, so a few times over the last year, you could get a Geisley Super Duty for like $1,239, right? That is for, the $2,499 that they're going for. That is a crazy steal, and that is a lifelong, here's sport brand duty gun. And I hate to say duty gun because we're all civilians, right? But like, you guys know what I mean. Duty. It's gonna be a dang
Workhorse,
old
or we should say
duty.
workhorse.
Yeah, like a hardcore, hard usage tool that we can beat the crap out of, and it's just gonna keep running and asking for more.
Yeah.
So, but I know we're coming up on 3 hours here. I gotta run, and I know we can go all night, but let's go ahead and start wrapping it up. Anything else you want to touch on before we go?
No, just the fact that guys, we talk about these things because yes, there are cool innovations out there and stuff like that, and that is one of the reasons why we like to look at these things. We're all, like I said, we are collectors at heart. We are people but we also like stuff that's going to be tools and it's going to work. And so for me, I think that everybody should get the stuff that they like, but also make sure you got tools that are going to work. If you know that you like something that runs like crap, don't carry it. Carry something else. Carry something that's going to work. Use it. Use your stuff. Train with your stuff. And yeah, I mean, I think your rules and stuff that you say at the end are great. And so I think you should go ahead and just lead with that. But yeah, I think you should get out there, train, run your stuff, and always, always, always go to training classes. Don't just train yourself.
Yeah. Dude, in a conversation I had today, we were literally talking about in a gunfight where you put two elements on the battlefield with the same equipment. The only thing that is going to make a difference between who wins that fight is training, right?
Mindset.
Yeah, of course, other elements too, like
Well, that comes into play with it, training and mindset.
absolutely, and also fitness, like, can you physically do certain things, right? Like, but definitely training is going to be one of the biggest things. And dude, I just watched a video, I think today, over the last day, where a police officer had a guy with an AR pistol just roll up on him and just start dumping rounds at him. No interaction, no nothing. Dude just started dumping rounds at him. He was hit twice in his legs with 5.56 rounds, and the guy gets out. He totally pulled a Jack Reacher and walked out of his car while it was still moving, using it for cover, laying prone, just dumping rounds on him. And the only reason that cop, who by the way got out with being shot twice in the legs with 5.56 rounds, started exchanging fire. The only reason he survived is because one of these guys was well trained, and the other guy that was rolling on the ground like a Ninja Turtle or whatever, it looked like he may have accidentally gone prone at least once. Okay, like the dude was just jumping around like the House of Pain. It was crazy, but the reason that cop survived was because of training.
Yeah.
And I think it's important that we keep that in mind. That is very important, but also, like you said, mindset. I always say the body will not go to a place that the mind has not gone. So you got to take your mind to places every day. You got to think through situations and think through like scenarios. And if you don't explore that, unfortunately, sometimes dark part of life, Well, if it shows up on your front porch or your front door or at your church or wherever at the grocery store, then it may be more difficult to deal with, you know.
You should
Um,
always think not if it can happen to me, but when it can happen to you.
yep. Mm-hmm. 100%.
I don't have anything to do with this company at all. I've watched a ton of his videos and everything like that, but I just wanted to get this out there. There's a company out there called Carry Trainer. I don't know if you know who he is or whatever, but he drives around the United States and he does a lot of training and stuff like that. But they do an event in Nashville every single year in October, and it's called the S12 event. And it's basically where they I mean, I got a video I can show you, but it's basically a 3-day course where they do pistol rifle training, and then they do medical gear, and they do medical training. They do force on force. They do so many things in those 3 days. It is crazy. And I've always wanted to go to it. And I can show you a video if you want to watch it.
Yeah, dude, I would love to see that.
It's a 2-minute video, so it's not bad.
Mike McClune, famous last words for my girlfriend. You're such a guy. Andy Lipsco, brother, great to see you, man. It has been a minute indeed. Great to see you. Sandwich Chef says driveway at 12:39 a.m. after I just bought some salt lamps. Dang, did something happen? I was unaware. All right, what we got?
Okay, let's see. This thing is cool, man. I'm telling you, it would be so cool to go to. You got pistol, medical, rifle. Happened to me, and you're trained by good dudes, like reputable guys. Force on force.
Drewski, welcome back, brother. Dude, that looks dope.
That's from 2018, but they have it every single year.
That looks dope. I would definitely like to be a part of something like that. That would be cool.
Love to go to that. It's like $2,000, but it's like a I don't know if it's a 3-day or a 4-day. I think it's a 4-day course actually, because I think it goes Thursday to Sunday.
Dang, yeah, dude, that would be really cool. You know what would be even cooler is to get some skilled trainers that we know and set something up like that for us to do as an event ourselves.
I was talking to the guys from Tactical Response, and they're totally willing to come up here to Sweetwater where we do OP's training at and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, they're willing to come up here and do some classes and stuff like that. So
that would be dope. That would be dope, man. That would just be like such a great thing to be able to do with like the people like from our community, you know, all all the good things. That'd be great. Um he had an old P80 build video, maybe 5 years old now. Whole way I found out about P80 to begin with, to be honest, beside casual mention from friends, the old frames, etc. That's what's up. Yeah, dude, I'll tell you what, depending on how this ends with the Supreme Court Vanderstock ruling, I'm sitting on cases of polymer 80s from back in the day. So if I can legally sell them, bro, when the floodgates open, I'm gonna put them out at a regular price, not like these dudes selling them for $300. And they'll probably sell out the same day, which I need the money, so that would be helpful, but I can't sell them now. Well, it's not worth the risk for me to sell them now if the ATF is just going to come after companies doing it. So I'll wait till the Supreme Court thing.
But Carry Trainer is a good YouTube channel to watch too. He does a lot of training stuff. Now, there's some stuff he does I don't agree with. Like he's totally all into press checking as part of your training stuff, and I'm just like, that's bad. But there's a couple things I don't agree with that he says. But when you go and train with other people and you train with multiple people, you're getting tools from those people and you're putting them in your toolbox, something that you could use that you like. Maybe you like this guy, he does something, so you take that. Maybe this guy does something you like, so you take that. Like, and you put together what you want to work for yourself, not necessarily just go after what one person says. So you train with multiple people with an open mind, and that's how you get what you do, what you think is best for yourself.
For sure.
I think, dude, Mickey is a great trainer from what I could tell. I would love to go to the S12 event.
Dude, I literally still take basic rifle courses all over the place.
Absolutely.
And I always walk away with different things from different instructors. And I think it's super valuable to do because look, if you master the basics, everything else is just elevated versions of the basics.
Yeah.
But so are you camp no press checks?
Absolutely.
What is that?
I think of it when it comes to a defensive situation, I am camp no press checks, because first of all, you should always know the condition of your pistol. And I could understand if it's in your safe or something like that, and you don't know, like it's been a while since you've handled it or whatever, why not just rack it all the way back? I don't understand the thing about just doing a little. But
I
press
think
check thing is when he talks about it, his draw thing and press check thing that he does is basically like this. Like when he's in class, he says you do it while you're in class, but if you're in a real world situation, you won't do this. But that's not necessarily true, because your mind can play tricks on you, and if you don't set it to one way, you could have multiple ways that you're doing something, and your mind will get distracted and think, oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to do that. So that's the main reason why you always go over the top when you're loading your pistols. Same thing. If you're doing this and you're always doing that versus doing this and sometimes hitting your slide release, or sometimes, if it's just always one movement, that's all the movement you're going to do. So when it comes to press check, and when he's in training, he makes you pull the pistol out. You you load your pistol. It's like load the mag, seat, lock, tug. Like you tug on the magazine, you rack it, and then you press check to make sure it's in there, and then you put it in your holster before you shoot. And I'm just like, that's so much stuff that that's just dumb. But
yeah, I do see value in some things like that, but just like you're saying, the way you train is the way you're going to show up in real life. So for any instructor to say, hey, this is what we do when we're training, but you won't do this in real life, well, no, that's not, I'm not down with that. I do. So you should absolutely always know the condition of your firearm, period, because it's always loaded, right?
Yeah.
But B, you should always know the condition of your pistol. So I do believe in visual confirmation, but does that mean that every single time you do it? I think press checking is overdone. B, it's done constantly incorrectly. press checking with the magazine in the gun is asking for malfunctions to occur. I think the only real way to press check your gun, if there's a reason, right? Like I usually don't take my gun off my waistband unless I'm taking a shower, and yeah, I'll pull out before I, when I get out the shower or whatever, and I go to reholster when I'm getting dressed. I will, take it out. I'll take the magazine out, and then I'll take a look in there, make sure that it's loaded, close it, make sure it's fully in battery, and then I'll insert the magazine. If anyone out there has seen your second round, the first round in your magazine, the second round below the round in the chamber, after you do a few press checks, you will know that press checking with the magazine in your firearm is a recipe for a disaster. Either a super hot round that is way overpressurized that could cause a catastrophic malfunction, or B, a ruptured casing, whatever problems. So what I've started doing is when I'm doing my load and make ready, everyone should have a load and make ready SOP, TTPs. This is what you always do every single time, period. I now take out the magazine, put my magazine on my dot, rack it back, launch the shot, slingshot the slide forward, and then reinsert the magazine. So that way I know loaded mag in my hand, open it, crack the slide open, and then boom, it's in battery all the way loaded and all that, and then I don't mess with it. But I also usually don't mess with my gun because it's loaded.
It's always loaded. Mine's always loaded. Like I hardly ever unload them unless I want to practice with this specific gun, and I take it to the range, and then I unload them and put target reloads in them or whatever.
Yeah.
But other than that, I usually don't. It's usually always loaded. It's always in the holster. I don't ever mess with it. It's just always there.
Yeah. Did you want to show this video?
Yeah. This is him explaining his thing. And it's really, really crazy to me that this is how he does it.
All right. Good firm master grip. Lock the slide to the rear. Seat lock, tug, cycle. Press check. Press check. Press check. No matter what, every week or two, I get a series of messages saying, dude, you press check. You're an idiot. I'm laying in bed last night. I couldn't sleep, and I'm thinking, how can I explain this any clearer than I have? This is what I want to say. So press checking is done very much on the same terms as pressing your trigger. You do it because you need to. Either you are completing a drill, firing a group, or needing to shoot something that needs a hole in it. You don't just randomly press check, just like you don't randomly pull the trigger. It is just you doing whatever you need to do to know the condition of the weapon and keep it running. Don't overthink this shit. Press check.
Well, all right.
You are overthinking it though. You don't need to press check it. If you load it, like if you run a gun long enough, or you have messed with a gun long enough and loaded guns enough, you know exactly what it feels like or sounds like when that thing is loaded.
The only difference would be like if you're setting up to like do a full load and make ready and you're in full kit, things do kind of change a little bit. And if you're doing it with night vision, things do change a little bit. So what a lot of dudes do is they may do things even like just for their EDC that they would do when they're in full kit with night vision, right? So like I know a lot of dudes that do their load and make ready with just their EDC, but they'll literally be, opening the slide and reaching around and feeling it to like feel the brass in there without looking, because that's what they usually do. Those are usually like law enforcement dudes, or like I know a guy that I trained with that was a CIA contractor, and when he loads his rifle, he literally is like not even looking at it, and he'll pull it back, he'll reach around, and he'll finger bang the brass because that's his thing. I don't think anyone should just run around press checking all the time because it's stupid. There's no sense. Your gun is in your pants, your gun is loaded, and it should stay there. I don't think you need to, like, when you go to the bathroom, I don't think you need to, pull out just do me a favor for all those dudes that do press check. You really should remove your magazine when you're press checking. I'm sorry. And I don't care what instructor says what about why that's dumb. Go look at guns that literally explode from overpressurized rounds, or, whatever, just issues, malfunctions, problems.
On the other hand, you have this side of it, which I'm totally agree with. Totally riff because I was trying to say
Thanks for
totally agree with, but yeah.
Watching. Press checks. I don't teach them. I think they're retarded, and I'll explain why. They are the thing of amateurs. Now we see them on movies and television and stuff like that. Whatever the SEAL team is on their final 5 minutes before they deploy, and all right, guys, we have 5 minutes, and everybody they start looking in their gun and stuff. It's nonsense. This conversation started with a friend of mine, David, in SR. It's no slag on Dave, but he said press checks are free, and I said nothing is free. And and what I mean by that is you're teaching yourself an improper gun handling habit. There's no administrative gun handling. Not if you're talking about gunfighting, not if you're talking about martial gun handling. There is no administrative anything. Now there was a school famous for training SEALs that I've been to, and if you got caught with a dead man's gun, if you drew your gun and went click instead of bang, you had to buy a case of Crown for the team, Crown Royal. And why they drank that nasty ass shit, I don't know. But anyway, that was the deal. And so these guys, beep, buzzer would go off, they do a press check, and then they shoot. Is that not a training scar? It's absolutely a training scar.
That's retarded.
It's now a press check. So that's the most extreme I've ever seen. But there's no need for them. Now, a lot of guns, if you got some hang up, a lot of guns have a thing that sticks out you can feel on them or whatever, but you don't need to do that. And I'll explain why press checks are the thing of amateurs. First off, you should know what condition your gun is in. You should know when it loads. And I have guys all the time. I see guys all the time. They think their gun's loaded and it's not. It's because they're not doing it correctly. They're not seating their magazine correctly and running it. But this gun has no magazine in it. Now I want to just do a little comparison here. Now let's listen to it, and you can also feel this gun. It feels different.
It's M&P.
Okay. Now listen. It sounds different because it is different, and it feels different when you load it. If you've done enough repetitions, you can do it. Now, and my students will back me up on this, because I've been in class before, and the line will be loading or reloading their guns, and I'll hear a gun clink. It's kind of a more metallic clink sound 5 spaces down, and I'll walk down there and tell the guy, and when I get down there, I'll see his magazine, hanging out 1/4 of an inch. He didn't seat the magazine fully, and I'll say, "Hey man, your gun's not loaded." "Yeah, I just loaded it." "Your gun's not loaded." "Yes, it is." "Okay, press your trigger." Aim at the target, press trigger, click, magazine falls out. How do I hear that? Because I'm a professional firearms instructor. If you're not, you should be trying to be a professional gunman. And a professional gunman knows those things. They can hear those things. They can feel those things. Doing a press check is the thing of amateurs, especially a press check that has you look down at the gun. Taking our head off the fight or whatever's going on. Again, there should be no such thing as administrative gun handling. So we're taking our head out of it, but that doesn't work at night. And then guys will say, well, I do a press check by feel at night. There should only be one. If you're going to do something as stupid and as awkward and as unnecessary as a press check, you should do it in a manner that is the least has the least harmful side effects. And the press check that has the least harmful side effects is pulling it back, however you want to do it, checking by feel, letting go of the slide, and then pressing the back of the slide, giving a little tap to make sure it went forward. That's the least shitty way to do a terrible gun handling technique. Press checks are not the thing of professionals. They are not the thing of firearms masters. They are something that is the mark of a rank amateur and should be avoided at all costs. This is James Yeager for Tactical Response, reminding you that your responsibility to be ready for the fight never ends.
So so I agree that in any application outside of load and make ready, absolutely press checks are ridiculous. I didn't even know that that was a thing, that there were dudes. Well, if you're using a shot timer and you draw, and before you fire your press check, like what? That is part of the process. People call them standards of operation, right? Your
It's right there.
SOPs and your
Exactly right.
TTPs.
Also, the same as if you know when the bolt locks back. Same thing.
Yeah, it is a harmonics thing. It is a an acoustic thing. It is a feel thing. When you know your gun and it is an extension of you, you can feel when what condition your gun is in. You can feel a malfunction, right? Sometimes we still press the trigger to see what happens, but a lot of times you can feel when a
Or
malfunction
you're
is
going too
occurring.
fast.
Yeah, yeah. But in any situation, unless I am loading my firearm for the first time of the day, the week, the whatever, in any situation outside of that, I would never press check a gun aside from my personal SOPs for load and make ready. That's it. Any other situation, which I will say, James Yeager did say that that was the least retarded,
Yeah.
application of it. But
Yeah.
I didn't know that there were people using
Well,
it.
he said that was that one club that said if you had a dead man's gun, which was click no bang, you had to buy a case of Crown. That's the reason why they did. But
Yeah.
still, doesn't matter. You don't have to, in my opinion. You really don't have to.
Yeah.
If you're
I get
unsure,
it.
rack it. If you're unsure, rack it.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that. I just I think it's
Then you
it's a
have no
thing.
reason for it to be out of battery by accident. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
rack it. Be done with it.
So I think, and I guess it depends on like how people were trained and who trained them and all that. But I mean, I know when I put my magazine in and I send the slide home that there's a round in the chamber.
Right.
Now I then take out the magazine and I put the extra round into the magazine, and before I send the magazine back home, I usually do a press check and then make sure the slide is seated and then put the magazine in and then holster. And then I won't touch it for, whatever. Like it is so far removed from anything action related with the firearm that and I know, like you said, in that situation it was a crazy thing, but yeah, I don't know. If I'm, in the middle of a gunfight or the middle of a
And go to
stage,
reload.
or I'm not going to press check it. I'm going to know the condition of my gun. Either
He's
it's
saying
empty.
that if you do that all the time, then your mind is going to think like, "Hey, you're going to do it in involuntary, basically."
Yeah, I think if you were to implement that with your training, like live fire training, for sure. What I'm referring to is like once every few days or every week with your EDC or whatever. But when I'm in live fire, unless it is part of load and make ready, like in the beginning of a training class or something, that's the only time that I would press check before you're beginning a training course or something like that. It's just like he was saying, like all the Navy SEALs getting ready and like putting their bolts forward and all that, and everyone's open their guns and like peeking in it and all that.
Yeah.
That would be part of their load and make ready situation, right? So like, but if they were to go out then and like an hour later be in a gunfight, they're not going to be press checking their equipment. That'd be a foolish thing to do.
Yeah.
So I get it. I get what he's saying. I'm probably still going to press check my gun, whether it be once a week or once every few days or whatever. But aside from that, I know that this gun that's in my waistband is loaded. I know there's a round in the chamber. I know there's a full 20 rounds in the magazine. And if I take out my holster to go to the bathroom or whatever, I don't take out my gun and press check it and all that. Like
Yeah.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because the only reason this firearm is going to change conditions is if I intentionally change it or discharge it to save my life, you know?
Yep.
So, I was always under the impression it was for checking the slide, debris, the chamber in high risk situations. Who knows how operators started press checking? No, I mean it's to ensure in a non-hostile environment or in a I'm not in a gunfight or a training class or an active fire situation. It's to ensure that your equipment is ready before going into a high stress situation.
Yeah.
It should never, in my opinion, and I know this differs from what Yeager's saying, which RIP, you know, mad love to James Yeager.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it should never be used in any other situation. Now, I know what you're saying, like the same thing I said, the way that you train is the way that you show up. But training to do that constantly versus, you know, doing it in the load and make ready situation is totally different from an active gun belt.
Yeah.
Gun
I
belt
get
going
there's
through
two
ammo,
different
you know?
mindsets to it. I get there's two different ways.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I understand that. And I could see that too, I guess. But I don't know. I feel like honestly, I feel like if I'm taking an empty firearm and I'm putting a magazine in it and I'm racking it, I know if it's in there. I don't have to, even if I'm in a situation where I'm going to a training class or load and make ready or whatever, I still feel like I know it's in there.
Have you ever drawn your firearm and had a click when it should have gone bang?
Only because I've been at the range doing videos and thought I had loaded it and didn't. Never have I ever loaded it and not had one in it.
If you did a press check, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, I get it. It's they're different situations, you know. I think anything outside of like load and make ready.
I think it's an OCD thing. I think people are just like, oh, yeah, okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think dudes also do it because it's extra stuff they get to do with their equipment and it makes them, you know, look and feel a certain way. For me personally, it is purely okay, another thing. Have you ever been using the same 2 rounds at the top of your magazines and after a while they start to look like the projectiles getting rammed into the casing?
Yeah.
And you've been like, all right, I either need to shoot this like ASAP or pull it out of the rotation. That can just happen by, you know, slamming the round in the chamber and then even rotating it a few times. And we should cycle through that carry ammo, guys, by the way.
Sure.
But I don't know. I mean, yeah, I could see there's applications for both. So when you load your gun, do you load 15 rounds of the magazine and then rack it and then just holster it? Or do you put the 16th round in there?
Oh, no. I put the 16th round in there. I'll load a 15 rounds or whatever magazine I'm using. Usually it's a 17 or 15. And I'll put it in the gun, rack it, put it in the holster, put it in my pants. Or if the holster's already in my pants, usually I just put it in there. And then I put an extra round in the magazine and put it back in there.
Okay. All right. Okay. I was just curious.
Yep.
Yeah.
Give me that one extra, you know?
Dude, I'll take any advantage I can get, you know.
Exactly.
If it's that one extra round or 20 plus 1 versus 20, you know, just like we were talking about with that Keltec 5.7. If I need to press down those rounds on top to drop one in, and you know,
absolutely,
I'll do it.
Yep.
But all right, we'll go ahead and wrap up. I know you already did your wrap up. You want me to just get into the end, or you want
go
to
ahead.
add anything else in?
No, watch on Rumble, guys. All long form content's on Rumble.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to be dropping a video Saturday, you said?
Saturday. I'll be dropping on Saturday on the Echelon Compact. Good and the bad and the ugly in the Echelon.
Now, do you show the failure that you had? Wow. Ooh, that's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. We still got 50 something people in here for 3.5 hours. That's crazy, but I'm really grateful for all you guys, man. It's a huge blessing to have the community that we do here. So thank you, and I appreciate all y'all's patience. As soon as I get caught up on all this stuff, I promise I'll send out the giveaway things and all that. And yeah, so thank you for your patience
I
there.
hope it wasn't too many videos, but I thought it was pretty cool.
No, I thought it was great. I thought it was good to kind of go through everything. And honestly, I want to get one of those Koa Glocks for real,
Yeah.
And if that ends up being like the thing, then if I don't have to get a new Safariland holster for it, then that could end up being my gun belt gun. So I could definitely see that being a thing, but we'll see. But guys, look, remember, I tell you all the time, we are in an active culture war, so it's important that you take on the role of culture warrior, and I encourage all of you guys out there to take this time now to get right with your families and get right with God. And if you don't know what that means to get right with God, then you can feel free to hit up myself or Josh or even any of the other guys, Flying Rich and Red Dawn, any of the other homies. What we mean by that is to have a close, intimate relationship with Jesus Christ. And if anyone has questions, feel free to hit us up.
Sure.
And being that we're in this culture war, it's important that all of us are leaders, right? Leaders in your family, leaders in your community, leaders in your church. It's really important that we step up and be that person that maybe our parents or grandparents were not, a generation ago, because it's kind of how we've ended up in this situation. But remembering too that it's important that you take on, some of your own metrics and standards and expectations that you project onto yourself and maybe even your kids too. And some of the rules I like to share with you guys at the end of each show are: rule number 1 is to be kind. It's so important that we're kind in everything that we do. That brief interaction that you have with somebody else could have a massive impact on their life, so be kind. Rule number 2 is to live a life of care, compassion, contribution, give to others. When you bless others, you become blessed, because a hand that's open to give is open to receive. And rule number 3, because we know the only way for us to defeat evil is with good men skilled in violence, make sure that you're becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be. And be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you, even if you do press checks. Hallelujah. Christ is King, Christ is Lord, Christ is
I want
God.
to say one thing,
What's your favorite Glock?
if I will.
Sorry.
So basically, when you, guys, God doesn't ask you to change your heart before you come to Him. He doesn't ask you to change yourself completely before you come to Him. He wants to change your heart when you come to Him. If you get changed by Him, then your rest of your actions and the way you are and all your habits and all your sinful ways and stuff will change after you come to meet Him. So it's not like something you have to, oh, I have to do this or that, the other, to stop doing this stuff before I even come to Christ, because everybody is fallen short of the glory of God. Like nobody's good enough to be even in His presence, to even know Him, honestly. But the fact that He extends that grace to us, He doesn't want you to be perfect before you come and meet Him. He just wants to know you, period. And once He knows you, you will change.
Yeah, you'll develop a desire to change, And look, I'm hoping that and this is kind of part, like, you guys know, my dad passed away last year, and one of the quotes that was really important to him was preach the gospel at all times, and when necessary, use words. And I hope that you guys are seeing maybe some
That's a good
changes.
one, dude. That's a good one.
It's deep, because it makes you think,
Yeah.
man, it's not just what I talk about,
Mhm.
it's what I do, how I act, how I move, like what is in my heart, And I hope that you guys out there are seeing some changes in me that could potentially encourage you guys to be like, what's up with this Jesus dude,
Yeah. I want
Um,
to point out that we never had not one foul word come out of either one of our mouths this entire 3 hours.
And I've been intentional about that, and I've been having to be intentional because I am a dirty, foul-mouthed sinner,
Same.
And it's something you and I have both been working on very hard, you know, and I want, I'm hoping and praying that other people will see that too, and they'll see changes. And if in the end, if all I could do was maybe bring a person, some people to Christ, man, that's it. You know, my dad dedicated his life from when he was 16 years old till he was 74. My dad dedicated his life to enhancing the kingdom of Christ. And even though I'm getting started a little late, I figure it's you know, the least I could do is uh offer, and not even like, it's nothing like to do with me or Josh, right? This is all, like, all the glory goes to God. It's only to offer the potential of a relationship with you, of someone who is going to raise you from the dead and give you eternal life in the most heavenly condition you could ever imagine. That's it. That's all. So yeah. Yeah, that was great, man. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate you. There we go. Can I get an amen? Amen.
Amen.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And we'll see you guys on the next one. And where's my outro? There it is. Love y'all. Christ is King.
See ya.